Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Elder Trolls Gaming Podcast. If you are new and joining us, we are three brothers who get together and we talk about gaming, but we may also talk tech, TV, movies, other nerdy things too. For those listening on the airwaves who may not already know this, we do post every episode on a website called youtube.com. We have a channel there. So if you're so inclined and you're a YouTube user, please check us out there and give us a subscribe. We post other fun videos and short clips too. Fun stuff. I am Take It Easy, Jono, and with me, the crooked man with the crooked house.
Nasty Nate, but it's not crooked anymore.
And the rare achievement hunter himself, Dan Dolph the Wise.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
And today we have a special guest on the show. Please welcome Nasty Nate's old boss, our old World of Warcraft guild raid leader and longtime friend, Chris, a.k.a. Snake Factory. How are you? What's going on?
Hey, guys. Thank you very much for having me. I'm a huge fan. I don't know, like it's surreal talking to Nate, of all people, and fucking Jono. The insane stories, the damage that happened to Daniel. I'm sure you don't remember
The damage,
Daniel. Just like the head injuries,
Psychological?
fear of just the
Wrestling
trauma.
moves.
Yeah,
wrestling
absolutely.
moves.
Yeah.
Oh, no, dude. I think about, I'm sorry to interject here. I have to tell you guys, now that that's been brought up, I'm going to go off a bit here.
Yeah, no
because
doubt. No doubt.
I thought about this.
Man.
I think about this a lot. I think it was Jonathan who gave me
The pedigree.
a pedigree on his bed and didn't really tell me to tuck my head up into his crotch. So when
he doesn't normally have
dropped
to
on the
tell you.
bed,
Who doesn't
my
know that?
head was pointing down. And it like crunched my neck. And when I think about that, man, I physically like wince.
That's how you have your turkey neck right now.
And that's why.
Yeah, look at
Now,
you.
It's probably why I
Look
have
at you.
neck problems. Though.
Yeah, no doubt.
You should have watched more
There's no
wrestling.
question
You
about
I should have watched
known.
more. Oh,
Yeah.
that's how I
known.
do it. Like the montage in like School of Rock when they're watching it on TV. I'm
Learn
like,
how to take a
yeah.
pedigree, fuck.
Yeah, man. Learn how to take the pedigree. Jeez.
That's okay. I got my revenge sometimes. I got headbutted Jonathan in the face, I think, and made his nose even bigger
man.
than it is now.
Well, it's flatter anyway.
No, that's the reason why it is. You headbutted
Yeah,
me
it
like
would have been
600
perfect before.
times.
Oh,
I threw a baseball bat in his face too.
yeah, man. This is
Well, I didn't
oh,
do
these
that.
stories. I live for these stories, man. I hired you because of these stories. Yeah, man. Yeah. it's,
Okay, yo.
yeah.
I was going back to you being our guild leader, raid leader in World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
I was trying to think of the
Bullpen, man.
the bullpen. I couldn't think
There
of
you
the name.
go.
Of
I
the
already know
fucking
what
thing.
you're thinking. Yeah,
I
there's the
couldn't
answer.
think of the name
I got
of the
them all,
guild,
guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the
Wow.
bullpen. Like we crushed Kargath, man. That was we were good. We were
Kargath,
like
yes.
a top 3 guild there.
Man,
You know?
on in
Couple
Nax.
server first. in
Nax.
Yeah.
That was
Wait,
sick,
Kargath.
dude.
Remind me what that is. Kargath. What was that again?
Kargath
That was the
is a
name of the server. The name
That
of
was
the
the
realm.
surname. Wow,
Yeah.
I haven't heard that word in
I know.
ages.
Yeah,
Mhm,
years,
mhm,
man.
mhm.
And we met all those
Wow,
guys,
wow.
like
Because I was
Koala
on
and-
that server at one point, I think. Because I
Yeah,
must have been
we were
like,
all-
okay, well, I'll play on that server too.
Yeah,
Maybe I
probably.
made a. Yeah.
Oh no, because I took your account, didn't I? My
Maybe.
Blizzard account is your old Blizzard account.
Oh,
Really?
I
all
thought
the
some hacker
StarCraft
took
wins
it.
are yours?
No, that's mine. It's yours.
Yeah, a hacker took it. Foreshadowing.
I
Foreshadowing.
always got
Oh.
emails, yeah, huh?
Wow,
Speaking
writing.
of which-
Hey, look at
emails.
you, the magic.
Speaking of which, today we
right.
are talking about cheating and hacking in video games. Wow, we will get to
Look
that
at that.
later. It's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy here, boys. But we're gonna ask our guest a few questions to start off, as we usually do. What is your earliest gaming memory?
Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision when I was 4.
Wow.
Wow,
1000%.
very specific.
Yeah. Oh, I remember where I was. I was at my, well, I call him my uncle, but it's really my father's cousin. It's like my,
Yeah, that's what we do. Too.
Second
Yeah.
cousin.
yeah, literally. So,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
second cousin. So he had just married his wife, and you know how it is, like when other people have kids, but you don't have kids, like all of you guys. Yeah. So, and you were like, oh, here's a gift. I don't give a shit. Like it's the most expensive thing. Doesn't matter. So he gave me this ColecoVision, right? And I just like worshipped him like from then on, like, and I played and I found it at my parents' house, man.
Oh,
And
really?
it's so that's the first place Mario shows up, right? Is in the ColecoVision Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
He's the hero.
Is
He's
that
the
the
guy
same
that
as
jumps.
the Atari one, or is that before?
No, it's before the Atari. So I had an
wow.
Atari 2600 too.
Yeah,
and I
okay.
had the worst. So that's like a perhaps not a earliest memory, but one of my best memories is the ET video game. So I don't know if you guys know, but it's like historically the worst video game in history, right?
Yeah.
It was so bad that they took it and they buried it in the fucking desert, right? And people went and dug it up and found them.
I heard about
yes,
that.
bro. Yes. I have a copy of this at my parents' house. It's man, look it up. So what happened? And I'll tell a quick story. I'm by no means a journalist, but so I may get some of the facts wrong, but the general sense of the story was that Steven Spielberg walked in to this place after E.T. was released, and he's like, I need a game to go with like the merchandising release after the movie or whatever. And he had like 6 weeks to write the game. And he did. One guy by himself wrote the whole thing. Okay, and you can't patch it. Like, okay, this is like 64 kilobytes of memory on a fucking like some wafer board of metal, whatever. And then you stick it in the thing and it works or it fucking doesn't. And that's it. Right? There's no like there's no fixing it, guys. You know the Cyberpunk launch? Like, but forever. And that's it. You never get anything else. You want a new game? Here's a new game.
There's no patches for that.
Yeah, there's no patches. Replacement cartridges, I guess, is the only thing, right?
Yeah.
So the guy did his best, but there was like a number of bugs where people would like fall through the map. And that would be the end of the game. Right? They would end, and you would never be able to finish it. It was just a hot piece of shit, and then it went down as the worst game in history, and that for that reason. Yeah.
But then he wanted Jurassic Park games.
Yeah, right.
Which were probably far more successful, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's how it went down.
Yeah,
I remember we played them at
I don't
Witt's
remember
place,
Jurassic
Park.
Because
NES or something?
Sega.
Quick side note, but the composer that Billy and Dom had on their show, the Friendship Onion that you said Pam was watching, Michael Giacchino, who does he did like the Batman now. He's done like all the Star Trek movies. He did like the music for Spielberg's like old games, and that's how he got to do Medal of Honor on PlayStation 1 and all those old games. Yeah, and that music was sick.
I love that
so
game.
that's how I think I know that, because then he told that story about Spielberg and the old Jurassic Park game that he wanted him to do the music for. And he was just working as like a janitor or something, or I don't remember what he was doing. No, not a janitor. Maybe
this isn't fucking Goodwill Hunting of music, right? Yeah. It's like Spielberg finds us. I was
writing music
on the board. Music.
No, but he was doing something other than Robin
Williams
music. He was doing something
in.
other than music. I just don't know what it was.
It's a feel.
Somebody was working as a janitor. Maybe that was the inventor of the Game Boy. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God, in Japan. Hilarious. You know what I should do? I wish I had a game right here. That's what I wish.
Yeah, all right.
Morty. Of course, Morty. It's so easy to do.
Let's move on to this. What are your top 3 favorite games of all time? Next question.
Okay, so I have a long and complicated history with gaming. It's been a really important part of it will always be present in my life. It has to be. It's just I just run too hot, like mentally. I just I have 1,500 hours in Slay the Spire. Like
Slay the Spire.
Yeah, man. Like
it's a card game, right?
Yeah. It's a deck building game, and you can get good at it. Like you can get really good at it. But that's not one of my favorite. I would say my top favorite game of all time is Civilization 3.
Oh, okay.
3.
Civ 3. Yeah.
Nice.
Second, I had to say World of Warcraft because it created listen, the game itself was kind of lame. Like I don't really love going and just farming trash, whatever, but raiding was cool. They did it in a way that I thought was, because I played a bit of Lineage and I tried some of the other games and Blizzard hit the mark so perfectly with the difficulty. And whether or not if you could get people to fucking stay out of the fire, that would be cool, right? Like just don't if it's burning, just get away from it. Like, I don't know what you're
Well, now
thinking.
they have circles on the ground at least.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing, right? Like with power creep also comes like the downward spiral, and then that. So World of Warcraft, because it allowed me to experience something with a team and like a big team.
Yeah.
Like
Huge.
25s are, and we did 40s before that, and that was insane. You know,
Yeah.
like walking into
40
Molten Core and
people.
seeing the giants, and then
40
just they wipe your
people.
group, and they're like, "Fuck you." And you're like, okay, everyone, 40 people, bro. Run back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's clear all this trash. And by the time you've, and the worst part was if you almost beat them, but then lost, all the trash would respawn.
Yep.
And you just crunch through all of it, and then get to
dude.
them again. And then you get through that. So I like that they built those like walls, I guess. And then I guess third is Cyberpunk, man. I'm obsessed.
Oh,
with that
really?
game. Yeah,
Cool.
I've put like 40 hours into it so far, and it's captured me like a game hasn't in a while.
Awesome.
Hades, I would have said Hades was in that top 3 as well, but I think Cyberpunk just edged it out because of the.
Yeah.
But Hades
Another
is
Cyberpunk
top
lover.
notch, bro. You guys have to play it.
I've played Hades. I've put like
It's
20.
man, I want the Hugo, man. Like if
I only
like for
just heard
for
about this Hades
writing,
game
you know,
recently.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
if you like stories, it's worth it. And all the dialogue is unique. Like nothing ever gets repeated. So as you go through it, you should read it because that's why I run 1 for writing. The narrative is really cohesive and
Right.
it's touching, and the game is extremely frustrating. I mean, like no spoilers, you know, but like getting through the first time out of there is
Wow.
well, it's not the first time. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those,
Cool.
those 3, I think, with the honorable mention number 4.
Nice.
Okay,
Cool.
I think we're still. I think we're still waiting on that check from CD Projekt Red for.
No, man, they don't need your fucking money. You guys explained that already
No.
in episode.
I want
20,
their money.
Their money.
22 or 27 or whatever it was. That was a really good no spoiler. You guys did a good job on
Oh,
that.
nice.
It made me
thank
play
you.
the game.
Thank you.
That's when I started.
Good.
Nice.
Nice.
Right on.
So
Right on.
Yes.
So, like,
Yes.
when you listened to that episode and you went to go play it, were you like, okay, I see what they're talking about here?
well, I knew it was going to be good. Like, I played The Witcher, man. I put
but it's not
like
The
500
Witcher.
hours into The Witcher, so I know CD Projekt Red. I know what they were going for.
Yeah.
What I was not prepared for was the complexity and size of the city.
Mhm.
It's unbelievable.
Cool.
I want to drive around
Yeah.
and just like I want to like get to know it. Like, oh yeah, I know where I am. Like, why? I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah.
I want to be like, yeah, I'm in Japantown, no problem. I know that guy.
Go
I know
down
the
to
guy
Jig
selling
Jig
sushi
Street.
over there. Yeah, he's my buddy. You know, like whatever. Like it's like Takahashi. Or
I know
whatever.
the
No, that's one of the characters, but whatever. Yeah,
I know the in and outs of Jig Jig Street.
yeah. Well, yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
No
The
doubt.
very dark corners.
Oh, God. Yeah. First time I went, I was like, I was walking around at the beginning. First time I was playing, and I saw the lips, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, of course.
But then I didn't go because I'm like, no, not yet. I wanted, I want some foreplay first. So I left, and I'm like, but in my mind, I'm thinking it's probably got to be more around, right? And there isn't.
No,
Yeah.
no,
There's
there's
like
Very
2.
disappointing. So that's my. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something that I thought you guys might like on the podcast. It's from the World of Warcraft days.
Ooh, show and tell. Okay.
Yeah. So this
I knew it.
is a figure print.
I was gonna ask about it.
There, yeah. So that
Okay.
is my character
Oh,
in
that's
Howl
so cool.
position
That is
in
fucking
my
awesome.
tier 1 raid gear.
That's really cool.
So they did this. The company didn't do very well, but the idea was beautiful. But they had so much demand that they had to do a lottery, and I won it. I won the lottery, so they took my
Wow.
money, thankfully,
Oh,
and they
wow.
provided this thing, which is like an exact. So what they did is they connected to the database, or they collected the
Right.
assets from Blizzard, and they modeled. They took the model that they had, the 3D model that they used to render in the game, and then they 3D rendered it.
Man,
I mean,
that's sick.
they adjusted it, whatever. But what they did is they got the model frozen in one of the animation poses, and then just 3D printed it with the textures and the whole 9.
That is
Pretty
really
cool.
Nice.
Pretty cool. It was $100 back in fucking who knows when, like 2013,
I would have
2012.
spent that. No
Wow.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Jonathan
I think
got
I
me,
bought
right?
the
Yeah.
Nathaniel one actually.
You got one?
not the same, but I bought him a Druid.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
sick.
Is
Oh
it
yeah,
the
yeah. I had
McFarlane?
Isn't it McFarlane? Yeah, I think it is.
I think so.
Oh, nice.
That's
Todd
Jagga
Father.
Jack. Look at
By
that.
the Todd Father himself.
I had tons of
Yeah.
those. You remember I had millions of those. And then I
They're,
gave them all away.
sick.
All the different classes and stuff.
Yeah, I had like all the World of Warcraft figures. I had them on. A subscription at Wizard Tower.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice. Let's give a background, first of all, of what Chris does. So why do people?
Yeah,
why should
does
people
anyone give a
think?
shit?
Yeah,
about what I think. Yeah, not that you should.
Yeah.
Like that's like,
So why did we bring Chris onto this show to talk about this kind of stuff? Because Chris has the background in understanding this kind of stuff. So give us a little background of what you're doing and
well, what I
why-
do now, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did for a long time was I ran the shop, right? So I played a lot of computer games in my life, a lot, you know. And I
Nice.
loved it so much that I made a whole store to sell computers to people because there were no jobs in 2002.
Yeah.
No one had any, or 2003. There was nothing for engineers. So that's what I have an engineering degree, and then I ran the store for however long it was, 12 some odd years.
Yep.
And I mean, our niche market was gaming, right? Like we modded cases and we did lighting and whatever. Like before the RGB controllers and addressable fucking all this shit that people check out this cool thing. Like I was making like PIC controllers and like doing that shit myself. We used to paint cases and stuff. We ran those LAN parties. So I've been playing multiplayer games since like multiplayer became possible. So I'm 44. I'm going to be 45 in June. So I was born in 78. That means that when computers really like the internet came, it was like 93, 94. So I was 16. And
prime.
yeah. So I worked for an ISP when I was in university. Okay.
Okay.
I worked for a company called Storm Internet. All right. And before that, they were an internet provider called Magi. Okay. And these guys ran it. And I was like, I can buy dial-up account and you get it and you get a shell account. And if you know what a shell account is, it's like Unix. So you get to like log in and telnet
Right.
and bam, you can do whatever you want. You can ping, you can telnet, you can SSH, you can do all these tools that allow you to connect to different things. What I realized was that you could log in more than once. Like they didn't care. Like it didn't check that you were already logged in. So what did I do? I'm like, oh, well, I'm 16. I'm paying $15 a month for this. If I give my password to like 5 of my friends, I'm making money. I'm not losing money on this, right? Okay, so a year goes by like this. I get a call from Magi. Will you come in, please? My future boss gets mad at me because he's like, why are you logged in 4 times? I'm like, because it's not allowed for me not to be. And he's like, well, it's not allowed. It's like fraud. I'm like, well, it doesn't say anywhere. Like, I can't do that. So you can implement a fix or you can tell me to stop and I'm 16 at this point. Like I didn't give a fuck, right? I didn't care. And so they cut me out. They're like, no, fuck you. You don't have an account anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's the power of a private business.
Yeah,
you can just tell me to fuck off and it's fine, right? So, but what I realized there is like, not everything works quite as everyone thinks it does, or maybe as intended. And that's a really important thing when it comes to the whole hacking conversation. Now, so where did I go from there? Like, so in university, I did a computer systems degree. So it's like kind of a hybrid between electrical and computer software design. Mm-hmm. So, working with like robots and stuff when I was in school. And then I did the store because there were no jobs. Then after a little while, I sold and I went into just software development. But I work more on the infrastructure side. But network security is a really important component of that. Now, I'm not a security expert, but I work a lot with security like standards. And I understand when people talk about surface air, like the surface area or the vector of attack. Area? Yeah, the attack surface, the attack vector that people use. And there are certain places, I mean, the more surface area that you have exposed to the internet, the more you can be attacked. Right. Yeah, and people talk about, oh, what is the cloud secure? Like, it's way more secure than anything else. You know why? Because they spend billions of dollars, right? Microsoft will spend $10 billion this year on just security shit. Well, it's way more than, I don't know, you, right, Mr. Accountant guy, like how much
Mr.
you spending
Magi?
on the yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like they're thinking about this shit and you're clearly not.
Yeah.
So
exactly, yeah.
so you want to leverage that, right? And that's kind of what I do.
Perfect.
Now I work more on like the design side, like architecture side, but I because I game and because I don't know, like started programming when I was young. I'm not like programming isn't. I'm not some kind of savant. I'm competent, but I understand it very well. I understand systems very well. Systems are where I kind of shine. Like seeing the components, how they fit together, and subsequently where the vulnerabilities can be. Right? I may not know where a specific vulnerability is, but I can understand how something can get hacked in a certain way.
Mhm.
So that's probably why we talk about it. And I don't know, I'm an enthusiast, and I don't know, we know each other and shit. So there you go.
There you go.
There we go.
As good as anything. Like, why should anyone listen to you guys? No fucking reason, right? Exactly. So there you go.
No,
all fake
we
news,
bring people.
boys.
We bring
Cheers.
people in that know a little bit more than us to
Sure.
teach us.
So there you go. That's a quick intro.
All right.
Cool.
Well, should we head into game time?
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And we're back. All right. What are y'all playing right now? Chris, what are you playing right now?
Well, I'm playing Cyberpunk,
Okay.
and
Beautiful.
I'm doing as many. I'm finishing up the racing quest line.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't beat that yet.
I didn't
You
do
can't
that.
bang that
It
chick,
was
eh?
really easy.
You
I
can't
found.
bang that chick.
No, you can't. It's true because you're.
Oh, it's the bartender, right?
Yeah,
That's when
Claire
you
or whatever.
swoop in.
Claire.
I
Yeah.
did.
No, man.
I also found the racing pretty simple
I
too.
didn't love
It
I'm
is, right?
driving.
You just all they do is go forward and then just smash them out of the way and just stay ahead of them. Like,
Yeah.
okay, just
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
crash. No
I
big
didn't
deal.
love the driving in that game, so
Yeah.
that's probably
No.
why I didn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't do that. I like
gotta
driving a
finish it still.
motorcycle, but I like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
motorcycles, but the cars were really fucking wonky.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you guys talking about dead zones and stuff. That you should.
Except for that car, that Batmobile car that I found. The
Merc
Merc-mobile.
Mercman car. Oh my! I was driving that the other night. I was like, it tops out at 211 miles per hour. Whoa! And you just hear the
It's like-
engine revving at the same tone, and you're just like, skin is
Face is melting.
It
Do
is
you mod
sweet.
it at all, Chris?
It's awesome.
Sorry,
Do you
what?
mod it at all? The
Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
No, I want to play. I want to play the original
Okay, yeah.
experience, like the way the game designers intended it to be played, for
Yeah,
good or
Nate.
ill, whatever. No, hey man, I mod the fuck out of it. Like, I'll play a completely different game after that.
Yeah.
Make it
That's what I did.
medieval, man. I don't care. Like, do something, dude. That's cool. But
Henry.
like, let me just watch the original movie before I fucking remake it. Be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Star Wars is good. Let's do
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next one. Like, okay, like, come on.
Did you
Yeah.
did you catch the anime? Did you happen to
Oh,
catch
yeah.
the?
No, I believe that this was first. So in the narrative, I'd like to complete the story and expose myself to enough of what they expected. Like, they may have released it as a supplement, but it wasn't
I think it's
first.
at the same
Was it
time.
first?
It's happening at the same time.
Yeah, chronologically, yes, but
Yeah.
I meant like creatively.
Oh no!
In what order
no,
did
it
they-
was
did they
supposed to
create
be
it?
a companion. It was supposed to be a component to the release.
And when was it
I
released?
think that it was supposed to come out with the game, but of
I don't
course
think
things
so.
didn't go as planned.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I don't
so-
want whatever polluted that delay,
Right.
to infect. Like, and who gives a shit? Why do I have to do both at the same time? I'll just play game, and when I'm
No,
done,
yeah.
I'll watch the anime.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like,
watch
guess,
the anime.
but
I
it's
watched
just-
the anime.
and then I'll modify it, and then I'll watch the hentai. Nah,
Yeah,
there.
modify
right?
the anime.
I mean, that's the progression, ain't it? Like, I don't know. It's,
the progression. Yeah.
it's rule
I'll send you
34,
some links.
whatever.
I played the game, then watched the anime, and I was happy for it. For definitely
And what about the
playing
hentai?
the game.
How'd you do with that?
No.
no.
Not yet.
That's on my
That's my
my
to-do
queue.
list.
That's in my
His
queue.
backlog.
That's on my list. Yeah.
my watch
The
list.
spank log. All right. Where were we here?
Yeah. What else? Other people playing?
Oh. Okay. Nasty. What are you playing?
You guys ready?
Oh wait, we know
God.
this. We know what's happening here.
You guys ready?
NHL.
No, fuck no. I would never play that.
I know.
bullshit.
That's why I said.
I bought the PlayStation VR 2, baby. And it is sick.
He's done it,
Wow.
ladies
He
and
did it.
gentlemen.
Done
He's
it.
done it.
It
He
is done. It is
finally
done.
So what did it cost?
I scrounged my
Because
peanuts.
I know you want to tell everyone. How much did it cost?
Was with the bundle, like the Horizon bundle, taxes in came out to 925 Canadian dollars.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's great.
I mean,
That's great.
Xbox is only
Yeah.
a couple hundred less than that, really. If you
Man.
think about it.
The technology in it is so good. Like how do you say it?
Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe,
What are you doing there?
the great nation of America can be defined by one word.
Foveated rendering?
What? What?
Foveated.
What the hell are you talking about, Bobby?
Foveated rendering.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So wherever you focus is the high res.
Yeah.
So if you look around, it'll never be not high res because where you're focusing is high res.
It's like DLSS except for VR.
Yeah.
Because it upscales what you're looking at and doesn't render the rest of it in insane quality because you're not fucking looking at it.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
How cool is that?
So you can
Oh,
increase the performance just by
because in your
calculating
peripherals-
where
yeah.
the most appropriate view field. Now, if you start moving your eyes around, okay, stop being
No.
a dick. Just look through the screen.
No, it's eye tracking. Your
You know
eyes
what
get
I mean?
tracked. Your eyes get tracked,
Yeah.
and it's where you're looking is where it's the native resolution.
Yeah. Cool.
Pretty cool. So I'm new to the VR space. I've been to the VR arcade a few times, but that was pretty much it. I owned Gran Turismo 7. I did the update,
Oh yeah.
the VR update. I've got Horizon Call of the Mountain. I bought Pavlov VR, which is like
Horizon, like a racing game, yeah? Like that Horizon?
No, Horizon
No,
is like the
different
big
Horizon.
open world RPG there.
Oh, okay.
The robot dinosaurs.
Oh, right. That's what you were playing. Okay.
Yeah. Pavlov VR is like a Counter-Strike game. You plant the bomb, shit like that. And I got Ragnarok. I've talked about Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah, the drumming
before.
game.
Yeah, the drumming game. My favorite
CK.
Yes.
my favorite out of all these four is by far Ragnarok, obviously.
Well, yeah.
As a drummer,
I mean,
jamming
come on,
out.
that's not fair. You
Missed
love
that
to
stuff.
drum. You
Yeah.
drum without VR. You drum in real life, and now you're
Oh,
looking
not,
to
not
drum
anymore. I
also
smashed
in
my
another place.
electronic kit like
Yeah.
5 years ago.
His kit's gone. He hasn't
Oh.
played drums in a.
And I was like, I'm not gonna go buy
The
another
dog's age.
$800.
Did he put
Cage.
it behind him? Is that it? Is that the carcass behind you?
Oh, yeah, it
That's
kinda
the
looks like
drum
drum
kit
kit.
carcass. You hang it like a deer head on the
Yeah.
back of your
Yeah.
I
Oh, that'd be
fucked
cool,
this thing up.
Just hanging
I
from my ceiling.
smashed it all to death. Fuck this.
Just
stupid
pounding
drum.
on
Yeah,
his
you
chest
put it
now.
up and it's like.
I remember once during a live show, you started bleeding. Your hands were just bleeding, and they were all over your drum skins. There was just blood everywhere. We were just like, "That's
great.
fucking sweet, man."
Yeah, it was fucking metal. And after that, I punched through all my drum skins and I ripped my drums apart.
Holy
It was
fuck.
It's all that
awesome.
adrenaline.
Oh man,
I think you were
Nothing-
getting drum skins, new ones.
there's
anyway.
nothing like playing live
Mhm.
on stage. There's absolutely nothing like it. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'll continue.
Okay.
Call of the Mountain is like a mountain climbing simulator, pretty much, with robot dinosaurs flying around. And I am not a fan of heights. Okay, I'm not a fan of heights. So
Did
when
you
I'm
just realize that when you got the game?
No. I didn't know it was a
Oh.
mountain climbing simulator.
Yeah, either did I. I thought it was just called that.
So
Should be
I
called
get
Climb
in
of the
there
Mountain.
and I keep climbing, and I'm like, oh my god. And I keep looking down. I'm like, oh fuck, no.
Why is
Climb-
Well, you're not supposed to look down. That's what they
And
say.
every
Don't look
Yeah,
down.
holy shit. It's sweet, but every time I look
Wow.
down, like I had a
But
little
it's-
panic attack.
Like it's VR. You're gonna look down.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're gonna look
Sweet.
down. Right?
And then you have to like jump to like certain edges, and I missed an edge and I fell, and I just went like this. I was like, close my eyes, and I fall down.
Oh my god.
But
that's funny.
Call of the Mountain is beautiful, breathtaking in VR. It's unreal.
Which one were you painting on the wall?
that
with,
was Horizon Call of the Mountain.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where I painted the wiener.
There's a short that we made and put on YouTube that you can go watch.
For Grand Theft Auto or for Gran Turismo 7, this game makes me completely sick in under like 3
Oh.
minutes.
Mm.
Sweet.
Unbelievably sick. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you jump into this game and you get in your car and you're whipping around this track, and because you're stationary, right, and everything's whizzing by so fast, it's just like you look around and within like I'm 3 or 4 laps in, I'm like, oh my god, no, I can't fucking do this. I gotta take the thing off.
Oh,
It was
man,
brutal.
come on.
Sick meter for GT7, 9 out of 10.
Could you play it on the toilet?
Well, the cord was long enough, I guess. Sick meter, 9 out of 10. Not like sick, it's cool. Sick makes me sick meter.
It's not cool though.
It's cool.
not-
Oh, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay.
Oh, it's cool.
I've always wanted to try racing
Horizon
in
sick
VR.
meter, 2 out of 10. Didn't get me sick.
You know what did get me sick? Watching our buddy Greg play Horizon. I
yeah.
was just like sitting on the couch and I was like, this is making me nauseous, like watching him, because it was just like shaky camera climbing around. I was like, I'm just like chowing Doritos.
So you were watching it on Nathaniel's television.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the same time that he's-
casts,
okay.
it casts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this is making me queasy.
Yeah. But that's about it.
Hang on, I had a question, Nathaniel. Regarding your VR. So this is something you sent in our group chat, but how did you come about realizing that like VR stabilizers were a thing? Because that's a really interesting solution that's very unique, I feel like, to VR. So most casual gamers would never think of that, right? Oh shit. Right, because the thing you're seeing in your headset is just this shaky ass thing because you're moving, and if you just output that, if you capture that and play it on the television, it's gonna look like that too, right?
Yeah. So what happened was I recorded and capturing the PSVR 2 natively. I don't know about any kind of third-party apps yet, but natively it only captures out of the one eye.
Oh,
So-
so it's not.
So whenever you're looking,
It's not
How's it
stereo.
going to capture?
then.
How's it
yeah,
gonna
it's like
capture
not a
two-
stereo vision.
How's it
So
going to capture
it's not
two
video.
video
Right.
Yeah.
perspectives
Right,
and
right,
then?
I don't. Yeah,
Put
because
them
apparently
together.
it's like I guess it's 2 panels. It shouldn't be 2 panels in there, is it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's two. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
one.
so it only does
It's
the
not like
first one
Macho
that
Man.
gets the signal. So it would be the
It makes
left.
sense because you can't. There's no way they could put two together. Like it's not audio. You can't hear. You can't
Yes.
see two things at the same
But
time.
what Daniel
Gotcha.
was talking about is once I output it, it's very shaky. Like I'm head banging with the fucking tune and I'm smashing my drums, right? And my head's like going with the tune. So like just watching it as I sent it the capture to them, they're like, "Oh my god, it's like all over the place," right? So I
He's looking up at the sky. You can't see anything while he's drumming. He's just like,
so what
Going
happens
by
is,
instinct alone.
so then I passed it through a video stabilizer.
Yeah.
It took like fucking 15 minutes. Like it took
Yeah.
forever.
Oh wow.
I can do that in DaVinci.
Yeah, bro. It used to. That would take days years ago. Like, what are you talking about? It's picking one point in
Yeah.
all these
Yeah.
pictures and then cutting it all
Yeah.
and figuring it out. And you're like, it took 15 fucking
But
minutes
on my
like,
phone,
like
on
it's
my phone.
stupid or something. Like
On my
come
phone, it
on,
took
man.
15 minutes. That's
Who knows?
forever.
Yeah, all right, I guess you can do it yourself. How about that? Duct tape
Yeah,
and fucking
frame by frame.
with GIMP.
Crop.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like crop
Yeah, that's right.
with
Anyway.
GIMP. Oh my
Right.
god.
Okay.
But the stabilized video is pretty decent.
It looked good.
Afterwards, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of why I thought, oh shit, right, that's a thing, I guess. Anyway.
So what does it cut the resolution to? Because if you're looking up at the sky, I'm sure it
I
like
don't-
does
I
it
don't know
does
that.
it interpolate around where there's like you
Yeah,
don't
so
have a
it'll-
lot
it'll
of frames
crop
and
in.
stuff?
It'll crop in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just crops
That's
in.
it, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That is neat.
That's it.
All right, Dandolph, what are you playing?
I am now 30 minutes. I'm now 30 hours into Hogwarts Legacy, and God,
Wow.
I'm still in love with it. But I'm taking my time with it. Most people with 30 hours probably would have finished the story if they're just kind of bombing through it.
I didn't.
But,
I was doing a lot of side stuff, just exploring.
That's what I'm doing too. I don't, because I feel like it, because I know that the story's going to end pretty soon. I feel like if I just keep going.
Mhm.
So I definitely take my time, do side quests and stuff. I'm now in winter in the Highlands.
Mhm.
So, and I got to say, it looks great. I have a thing about winter in video games because the lighting's just never great. You know, if it's sunny, sure. But a lot of the times, all the white snow can make things just look a little washed out and kind of unimpressive because there's just no character to snow, right?
Mhm, mhm.
But this game looks great in the winter. So it completely, I guess, broke that mold. And I have no problem with it in winter. I'm enjoying it just as much. Obviously, I miss the lush green and all the nice trees and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what I've been playing, and I'm just
Nice.
that's it.
Fuck,
That's
I
it.
love that game. So fucking.
Okay, well, tell us the story about this new rare achievement.
No, It wasn't an achievement. So what it was I was playing Fallout 76 at one point a few days ago, whatever, last week or something. And there is a event going, like a seasonal thing going on, which is like this German parade. Thrillhouse knows more about it because he's probably sunk 200 hours into the game for like the past month, I think he said, because he's just been trying to catch up to the season pass or whatever, all the season events.
Yeah.
So there's this one going on where it's like this parade of robots through certain towns, and you have to like escort the parade and like defend it from oncoming super mutants and bugs and whatever comes to attack it. And if you do that event, I think you get like random drops, and there's festival masks, like parade masks, that you get as rewards. And I got what's called the loon mask, which is apparently extremely rare. And there's Reddit posts all about this mask. People, where can I get it? How much can I pay for this thing? And it can sell for something like, I think Thrill has something like 100,000 caps you could probably sell it for, just because like people are looking for this mask. There's articles about it on like gaming websites, and I was just like playing half in the bag one night, just drinking, and I was just like, oh shit, I have this loon mask in my inventory. And Thrill House is like, what? Daniel, he's like, you have to hang on to that, treasure that forever.
See, if
And I was like, I will hang on to it because I covet.
I'm just never
If I
gonna
was
log in
Thrill
again,
House-
bro. Good night.
Yeah.
See you later. Like,
if I was
don't care
Thrill
about
House,
this
I would have been
crap.
like, that's just trash, Dan. I'll give you like 50
Yeah,
caps for it.
oh, don't worry about that, man.
I'll put
Honestly,
that loon
I-
mask off you.
I probably would have fell for it.
Couple
Like,
caps.
okay.
Throw a couple caps.
you know, the same thing happened to Leo. He bought one Hidden Fates tin he got for getting B's and A's on his report card in grade
Nice.
6, and he opened
Nice.
a shiny Charizard. First pack
Ooh.
of Hidden Fates. It was $10,000. The first one on eBay went for $10K. It still goes for like $800. Like a foil,
the
like
full
the
art?
card.
Yeah, the
of
full
that.
art.
Yes, yeah.
Shining Charizard.
I legit, like, I have it in. It's in Lucite, ready to go, and he opened it in a
Sweet.
single tin. First pack. Whoop! Here it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, bananas. Like, wow. And I knew that you're a Pokemon guy, so I knew you'd know what it was. Like, it was the
Yeah, it is
card
nice.
for that set, and I remember I looked. I'm like, oh, check this out. The first one went, I don't know, like 2 months or 3 months before for 10,000 on eBay, and the aesthetically, it has never been anywhere but the pack and
Yeah.
Lucite.
He opens the pack and you see him reach for it with his Cheeto hands. You're like,
Yeah.
No, and you're like, I'll take that. That sucks.
Oh,
You don't
there's
want that.
feathered edges on this. Now. Oh,
Oh, Cheeto hands. Fuck, that's gross. Cheetos are fucking gross.
That's the same
Cheese are
actually when I
dust.
pulled my Matthews rookie card. It was in the
Wow.
first. It was in the first pack of the hobby box that I opened, and it went straight from the pack to a one touch holder, like a magnetic holder.
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And it's
Mm.
been there
Cool.
since. Been there since.
Nice.
Jonathan, what are
Yeah,
you
your
playing?
turn.
Nothing.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Well, actually, Hearthstone Battlegrounds. I'm
Ugh.
playing that, but I don't have the $20 perks that Blizzard now gouges you for. So I am at a disadvantage when I play, and I'm still winning games, motherfuckers. Still winning
Wow.
games.
so it's pay to win now?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that
yeah.
sucks. Oh well.
So you have to like buy the Battleground perks for $18.99 plus tax, which just give you. I don't know if you played Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
yeah.
It's okay.
no,
so,
not Battlegrounds. I played like Classic.
Okay, Battlegrounds is like it's like a
The
tiered
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You draft and you
Oh,
buy
it's sealed.
minions.
Yeah, you buy, like, you have to, like, you get a random selection. and
Yeah,
you pick
random
one,
selection,
and then they
and
get
you-
worse over time.
No, they don't get
Or
worse, they
whatever.
get better because you can upgrade their
Your level,
tier
like the level.
Oh, I see.
and you can get a chance at better minions, but
Mhm.
at the beginning you choose a hero. You draft a hero. If you don't have the perks, if you don't spend the $20, you only have a choice between 2 heroes. But if you buy
Okay.
the perks,
It's 6.
you get a choice of between
Whatever.
4 heroes.
4. Oh, 4
And-
only? Wow.
And the hero is such a huge deal
Component
when
of
you're
the
playing.
game.
Like some heroes are absolute trash. They're
You mean the
unplayable.
2 free ones are trash? Are you, because one,
No,
of,
they're
one of the
random.
ones
You get-
that's paid is trash? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Now that just
you
means that
you
they
just
suck at
pay
making
for the
games.
chance to
To get
just-
one.
get.
Yeah.
Sorry, you pay for the choice out of more. You know what I mean?
So when you're presented with heroes,
you
They're
have
all the
access
same.
to all the heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
But you only get 2, but they
Random.
get 4.
Yeah.
So they get a better. They have a
better
a higher
chance.
selection, a better
Yeah.
selection. Clearly,
Better chance
But-
of getting a better hero.
but you're still winning because okay. So I can kind of see where they're coming from. But yeah, it's a dick move for sure.
yeah.
But
it's,
the people pay him $20. What are you gonna say? No.
Well, that's not the
You
only
know,
thing.
like no,
Yo,
I don't. I won't.
Okay,
take
well, that's not the only thing. Before that, I used to be able to buy that with my in-game gold that I would just
Yes.
grind out
Yeah.
during the
it.
season.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't give
and
that
then
to
they
the
took
CEO.
that
man.
out.
Like, what do you mean? They're gonna
They
give him
took that
fucking
out.
Hearthstone gold? No, he wants dollars. he
The
wants.
CEO.
Dollars.
He wants.
What's his name?
A plane. Okay, he doesn't want your
Yeah, he
fucking
wants the-
gold, but
He wants the PJ.
Bitches. That's what he wants. Okay, not your gold from Hearthstone. Okay.
Welcome. I'm not giving him any
It's
more
a
of
yacht.
my money.
No
more.
The Hearthstone gold isn't gonna buy a yacht.
No more money for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
right.
all I've been playing.
Cool.
No Apex?
Well, yeah, obviously that's a given, but I don't.
Oh, sorry.
I stopped mentioning
sorry,
that.
Sorry.
I
What does
stopped
that mean,
mentioning
man?
that Every,
what is it?
every
Okay, sorry.
episode.
Maybe I don't understand the question. What does it mean? What are you playing? What are you playing
What
that
are you
you're not
currently
normally playing? Or like
Well, I mean,
Okay, fair
Apex is just a part of me now. It's just
right, sure.
It's just
like 2
automatic.
hours a day.
It's like
no big
breakfast.
deal.
It's like
exactly.
Jonathan replying to, what have you been up to? Oh, I've been blinking, breathing.
yeah, playing
Apexing.
Apex.
exactly.
Yeah,
Why would I tell you that I'm breathing? Shit.
Obviously, you've been breathing.
Obviously, I've been playing Apex. I
Apex
was,
alive,
ZZ's
ain't I?
breathing.
I
When you
was
do it for
thinking
so
about
long.
running back into Destiny 2, though.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
haven't made up my
I've
mind
never
yet.
played that game. I don't know.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence, man. I think
Me too.
I think I'm leaning. I'm like, I have it in my cart, in my PS5 cart.
Because I have the Series X now. And so I can play whatever. I don't have HDR. I have a Samsung Art.
Oh.
This kind of
The-
fits
the
better for the
frame?
house. Yeah, the
frame?
frame. Yeah.
Your wife
yeah.
made you buy that, didn't she?
Yeah, I have 2 of them actually.
I have 3 other friends who said, "Oh, my wife wants a Samsung frame."
yeah, but
I'm like,
you know what?
man.
It does the job in the bedroom. It's fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do?
yeah.
So,
What is it? I've never heard
It's
of it. What the hell is this?
it's like a very low power, and it provides a very matte image, and it
Oh,
really
okay.
looks like a painting, and you can put like a bezel,
Oh, okay.
and you put like a bezel on it, and it's literally just a frame painting. So we put like pictures of
Right, right, right.
vacations.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's no OLED. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy an OLED monitor because I really don't give a shit about like I watch movies that I want to watch in that kind of fidelity at the fucking theater.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it at home. Okay, I know it's
better.
even better at home, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an OLED monitor, like a 32, and
The Alienware one?
I don't know something. I'll figure whatever's best at the time that I decide
Yeah.
to buy it, right? Or second
Yeah,
best,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
I don't really want to buy the best one. Who wants to pay the best?
They had a
But-
big sale on the
Yeah, and they'll
Gigabyte
have another one too. Don't worry. It's coming.
Well, a new one
right?
just came out actually by who the hell was it? It's LG partnered with Corsair. It's a OLED, and you can bend it. You can actually like curve it to whatever like curve
Oh, and it
radius
stays?
you want. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
called the
still don't know how
Xenon.
to do
that.
The
Oh, I think I
Xenon,
saw it,
believe it's
yeah.
called.
Yeah, that must be.
So
really
yeah, that's
expensive.
oh yeah, very very expensive.
Yeah, no doubt.
But like
Holy
the
shit.
ultra wide monitor from Dell from Alienware is really good. Apparently the OLED one. It's a Samsung. It's based on the same OLED as my TV, the QD OLED. So it's
Yeah.
it can get brighter and has more colors.
Yeah.
And it's like $1,500 like, but it's only a 30. What is it? A 34 ultra wide? Nathaniel?
I don't know if I want an ultra wide. I just want a
Yeah, that's
Like
another thing too.
32 because with my work I have a lot of monitors, 4.
Mhm.
So and
Where's it gonna go?
yeah, like I already have a 3-arm fucking monitor stand and an extra monitor. You
No,
know?
you
So-
know what you do? Cyberpunk style. You just
yeah,
in front of
yeah.
your
in front of
face.
Get the chair?
clamshell.
yeah,
that's
the
right.
Scorpion gaming chair.
Oh,
Then
and
you
you're
jack in,
typing like
man.
this?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
man. No.
Jack in.
God.
All right.
Plug it
All
into
right.
the back of your fucking head.
All right. That's it for game time, I think. But I think a couple of us got bones to pick.
Yeah, I'll go first, I guess. My bone to pick is with Gran Turismo 7. So So, as you know, I talked about it. I did the update for the VR, and it took about 4 days because the game's like 200 gigabytes. And when I finally get into this fucking game, guess what I have to sit through?
Oh, yes. The like 10-minute fucking
The
intro.
10-minute fucking intro video.
Oh man, the
They still
unskippable
don't put a
cinematic.
skip button.
Yeah.
They still don't have a skip button.
I was so mad when I
What happens if you
booted
turn off
that
your
game up.
console and just start it again?
Yeah, it just
Will
goes
it
again.
skip? No, it'll go again. Oh,
Yes,
that's so
I tried.
terrible. You'd think
I
as
tried
soon
it.
as it started, they'd mark it as watched, right? Be
Oh
like,
my
fine, I'll just
fucking
delete
God,
the,
man.
like,
I
reboot.
can't
It's
believe
so dumb.
It's
I
so
remember that
idiotic.
from
It is the
when I-
fucking stupidest thing. And what happened is I finally get through it. And then by that time, I'm just like, I just want to get into a game, right? So I jump into the game. I get sick because I'm in the VR.
Just turns the game off.
I turn the fucking game off. And
You
I go
didn't
back
save.
into it like the next day. And again, I have to sit through the 10-minute video with no skip button. Do you know what you have to do so that video doesn't come back up? You have to remember to go into the settings afterwards and turn off the fucking video.
They didn't
video
patch this. This sounds like a breaking patch. Like this sounds like a production fire to me.
That's
Like,
what I
if-
mean.
If this is
They
like
haven't
people are
patched
like,
it
I
yet.
can't. I have to wait
I
10
never had to
minutes
do it
to
again.
start the game every
Yeah,
time you play.
Every fucking
Oh
time.
my god.
No, if
Yes.
you don't turn off
Yes.
the video though.
Yeah,
in
so they
settings.
need to patch this like
I
immediately.
didn't do that.
It's been
when
out for
I
2
owned
fucking years. When are they going to patch that?
Oh
I
wait,
owned
no,
the game.
no,
I
no.
never
That
had to
sounds
sit
like
through
you,
that
bud.
video.
No,
That sounds like you.
no. I looked it
Yeah,
up.
I'm
I
sorry,
Googled it. It was like,
Aaron.
how do I
Like,
get through this
2
fucking
years
video?
and this problem still exists. That's impossible.
No, man. This
No,
is why
man.
it's in Bones to pick.
All right,
Mm.
fine.
So I Googled it. I'm like, how do I stop this video from playing? Every time I boot up this game, they're like, oh, you have to remember to go into settings, video, stop intro video, or disable intro video. I was like, unbelievable.
I didn't have to do that. I never had to sit through
Unfucking
that. I
believable.
sat through that once and that was it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Holy shit. So I finally did it. I went into the settings and I disabled the video.
And that's your boner to pick?
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
man,
Put a skip
that's-
It's
button.
very stupid.
How hard is it?
uh,
Chris,
is
how hard
dumb.
it would be to put a fucking skip button?
No, it's very easy. It's very simple to do. Like I don't know. Yeah, it's not a hard thing. You're right. All right.
All right, Dandolph. What's your boner? What
Well,
picture
mine-
boner are you picking?
Mine may pale in comparison to Nathaniel's, but I realized last night when I was playing Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, get this. You know, in video games, when you've got great ragdoll physics and you've got the combination of cliff sides and enemies at them, and you're
Mhm. I
love
always
that.
tempted to
That's good.
fucking blow them off the cliff. Well, get this. So I'm playing this quest last night, and there was a golden opportunity for this. One of these enemy wizards is standing at the edge of a cliff, and I'm in disillusionment, like sneak mode, and I depulsoed this enemy. So like the
Yeah.
magic push.
Right.
I want right off the cliff. I was like, oh god, they're going flying off this cliff. Boom! But the enemy was like knocked to the edge of the cliff and in midair spun around and landed on the ground.
Ah.
Really?
They
like
did
Which
the-
ground? Like,
Like
still
right
on
there
the cliff? Yeah.
Like,
so
yeah.
there's nothing beyond the cliff. There's nothing
Right,
past.
but
it's
there-
it's
it
like in
should
Truman
be-
Show when the fucking thing hits the
Yeah.
hits the wall. It's like there's no
Doesn't
sky,
exist.
but sorry.
There's no
There's
sky.
just a wall. So, and that's what
Honestly,
happened. Literally
I thought-
smash and
I'm very happy with everything physics wise this game has in terms of its combat.
Maps
Like you
aren't
can
big
blow
enough.
enemies
That's what I'm
into
saying.
other enemies and you can knock them over and kill them or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Like bowling pins. But this, I was like, Depulso, and the enemy's just like and landed on the cliff. I was like, that must have been a glitch. I was like, so I'm gonna try it again. So I tried it on another character, and they flew off the cliff, but didn't ragdoll. They like just blew back. They hit the cliff and like stumbled, and they're like on the cliff face, and they clambered to their feet. And we're standing on the cliff face, slowly sliding down it. And I was like,
Skyrim.
no!
There's a lot of that. Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skyrim, at least they would
Skyrim's
fall
like,
off the
oh,
mountain.
I'm falling down this mountain very slowly.
Yeah, but they would do it at least.
Oh, but I was kind of upset. I was like, damn, man, like I should be able to fucking boom and blow somebody off a cliff and they die.
Did you
Nathaniel,
try to jump off the cliff yourself?
I've done it before, and I'm pretty sure
that cliff.
Oh,
That one,
I
no.
did that all the time in Hogwarts. I would jump off huge buildings and huge areas, and then get my broom out.
Yeah, call the broom.
Yeah, you call the
Mhm.
broom, and you just. It's so cool.
Oh, I've done that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's cool.
But no, I didn't try that specific cliff myself. The thing is, I don't remember it being that high. It was just kind of like on the foothills of a mountain up a trail. And I was like, I should be able to. Anyway, it kind of pissed me off because, like, of all the things I thought of, that I can't depulso someone off a cliff. Anyway, it just seemed obvious.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that stood out to me where I was like, I would definitely change that if I were them. Patch that. That's it.
There you have it, folks.
That's all I have.
Patch that.
Patch
Man, it's
that,
a whole
patch
new
that,
map.
patch that.
Like, what do you want? It's like add another 500,000 cubic meters to this fucking
Send it to the
map,
internet.
please, and so that I could depulso these people into their camp. Like, okay,
Very
I
nice,
guess.
Chris. Very nice use of the word depulso.
All right,
Oh,
let's
man, I love
depulso into the next our main topic here. How about
I
that?
like that. I like that.
We'll do that. Today's topic, folks, is hacking and cheating in video games. Now, we asked the Twitter a question. We asked, have you ever encountered a hacker in a video game? What do you think game developers can do to prevent cheating? We had a bunch of responses here. We had Joey, our old roommate, says, I remember one time we were doing Alteract Valley together, which is a PvP in World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
And there was someone multi-boxing a shaman, and he had
Yeah,
8
man.
shaman
Yeah,
all
no
hotkey,
problem.
same move. So I
Yeah, man,
remember
chain
this,
lightning
dude.
from 8 shaman.
Yes, I
Oh,
remember
brutal.
this. I remember this
man.
vividly, and I was like, "Oh my god, I remember that," because this guy had the same
Yeah, the
name.
whole fucking
All
group.
his names were just like something 1, and then it was like 2, 3, 4, and they were all just running together. So he had them on follow, and this guy had multiple PCs or instances of the game running on 8 different accounts, and he was fucking blasting us with chain lightning,
Yeah.
one-shotting everybody, just PvP grinding. Like, I
Yeah.
was just like, what the hell
Yeah.
is this guy
It's
doing?
like a blob. It just
Yeah.
collects experience.
Yeah, like a hive mind
Like a-
shaman.
Yeah. Gelatinous
I'm not
cube
even
of
mad.
shaman.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
I was just like, wow. Yeah, I remember that's what I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I've never even seen this before.
That's
But
hilarious.
I'm
that's
guilty.
funny. I remember that.
I'm guilty of multi-boxing for herbalizing
Oh yeah.
rare herbs.
Really?
Much less
you
malicious.
paid for
use.
2 subscriptions to do that.
No, I bought one with my in-game WoW
Oh,
gold
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
from herbalizing with the multi-box.
Yeah,
So it was just a
it's
perpetual gold
it's a
machine.
perpetual motion machine. Look, you've solved all our problems, Nate. You did it. You did
Here's
it.
the golden
Infinite
ticket.
gold. I don't
All
know what
right.
it costs to produce.
We had Will from Friday Night Gamecast. He
Mm-hmm.
said the best cheating was during the golden age of Gears of War, with people lag switching and instantly chainsawing you from across the map. Special shout out to aimbots in Halo 2 that made me yell so loud my parents thought I was possessed. I never
How-
played
How would
those
they
old
do
games,
that?
but yeah, I don't know how that they would.
Chris, would you have
lag.
any idea how they
They
would do that?
DDoS the server basically, and then
They'll
And
send
then-
a bunch of packets.
yeah, and then
And
they can
they'll-
do whatever
well-
they want on the game, and then when everyone else catches up, they're just like dead.
They're somewhere else.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah. So they'll send a
Mm.
bunch of garbage data that the server has to process. And then, but part of that data is going to be like an updated position for them or whatever.
Well, Will already answered us, so I'm guessing this was Nick from Friday Night Gamecast as well. He commented under their actual account.
Oh, yeah.
Halo Infinite multiplayer was a blast for us for about 72 hours until the gaming gremlins booted up their aimbots and wall hacks, and there's not much. He says there's not much devs can do to stop cheating. You just have to wait it out until the hype dies down and the real players remain mostly.
Wow.
But that's what we had from the tweeter. So we're gonna get into today's topic here: cheating in video games. And we got some questions. We're gonna bounce some things off each other, and we're gonna get into some technical stuff. This is going to be cool. This is going to be fun. So we got main questions right now. Why do people cheat? Is that the first one we're going to go with? Why do people cheat?
Yeah.
Motive.
I think it's a good place
What's
to
their
start.
motive?
Yeah,
What's their
so if we're
MO?
talking
Their
about a crime, right?
Motive operandus?
Opportunity.
What is
Well,
it?
modus operandus. Like,
Modus operandus.
That's the how, though, not why.
The MO?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's the how.
Yeah, true.
So, but we need to know all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a motive, opportunity, and I don't know what's the third one.
I don't remember. But to me,
we'll figure it out.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this, and I think this has probably changed over time. Like back in the day when we first kind of experienced cheating, the reasons they were doing it then were probably different. Like back in the day,
I can see that.
like when we started playing like Counter-Strike, like old ass Counter-Strike, and they're hacking. They're
Source?
just doing it
Yeah.
for fucking around, right?
Yeah, it was totally a trolling and self-amusement thing.
'Cause there
right?
was
Like,
no-
no
like they get bored
no
with the
game.
game. Get
Nothing
bored
was
with the
ranked.
game. Nothing you can do. Exactly. It's just like this doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, it was purely for fucking people.
Were you
up and
only
just
playing-
having
Would you only
Fun.
cheat against people you knew, or was this in pubs?
no?
We weren't
We were
cheating.
playing.
So there
I
were
didn't.
aimbots and fucking
Yeah, yeah.
spinning
Oh, yeah.
guys and whatever,
Oh, yeah,
but
there
it's
was
just a
just-
meme.
yeah.
No one gives a shit, right? You just
Exactly.
wait
Yeah.
to join another one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
But now it's different with all the like esports and everything, right?
Yes.
So
I think.
But I was
think
gonna say-
so. I think there's the why.
exactly.
So if you think about a cheater, back then, where the why is for the lulls and
Mhm.
for the
Mhm.
for the meme of it,
Yeah.
right? But now it's like, no, I'm good at this game, but
And I
I'm
wanna be
not.
the
Or
best.
Right.
actually, I need to be better than I actually am in order to achieve something. So
Yeah.
now you're cheating for real, as
Is it
opposed
like
to
gaming steroids.
well,
Mm.
Maybe it's like gaming steroids.
no, because you still
it
need
shrinks
to
your it shrinks your penis.
I think. I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
No, definitely
Not the
shrinks your
penis thing.
EP. Definitely shrinks your EP.
Oh yeah, the EP
Yeah.
is shrinking.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, I mean, by the definition that you just provided, Chris, I just thought of the steroids thing because isn't
Yeah.
that why athletes use steroids to be better than they actually are
Yeah,
physically capable
and,
of being?
and the thing is, even if you take steroids, you still need to do the work.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
most of the
true.
guys still do the work, but they need an
Okay.
edge. But the thing
Okay.
is, the edge that they get isn't like with steroids. It's a improved like muscle gain,
Yeah.
improved
Right,
recovery.
and I should disclaim
right?
I have no idea how any of that works. That's why I'm
I know a
asking.
little bit about that stuff. And it's like steroids. You know, they're hormones are the way that the body communicates what to do. So when you take a steroid, it's like now is the time to build muscle,
Mhm.
right? And then when you
Mm,
eat,
oh, okay,
when you
okay.
eat, that protein gets synthesized into muscle. So,
So it's not quite the same.
but no, but it
It's
might
like hacking the body.
but it is because when you're young, you can do this, but we're not.
Body
None of us
hacks.
want to.
Yeah.
It's when
Yeah.
we're 40 that we want to go and fucking lift as many
Right.
weights as we can, right? Like it's a different thing. You're like, how am I going to do that? Testosterone's not quite right. So with gamers, what might
Yeah.
happen is that they might reach a limit, and I wonder sometimes about age. I don't know how many kids cheat and try and get away with it because they're
I think kids do cheat now because I
No.
will have a reason for it.
yeah, sure.
I
Go ahead.
have an answer too about that.
Okay, great, go ahead.
I was going to say nowadays, I think a lot of it is just to try to get on someone's Twitch stream and grief them in front of thousands of people.
Okay.
You know, it gets them off.
So that's one reason, right? But that's for the lulls. That's to be a griefer and a
Yeah.
disruptor. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's one reason. But what I'm talking about is the streamers that cheat.
Oh yeah, there's
The
that too,
guys,
yeah.
the guys that have been radars and things that have been shown, and they end up getting, I don't know, losing their followers and whatever. There's a lot of money at stake, is I think the point. And the
Mhm.
kids that are cheating just to grief you, they don't give a shit about the money.
Well, streamers for sure, because I mean, you can't see their overlays or whatever. You're not there in person. They're there to entertain you. If it looks like they're really good at the game, you know, that's better for them. Fucking get more subs, get more views. Recently, there was a Warzone streamer named Nadia who there was a big controversy around. Everyone accuses her of cheating.
Because
Everyone.
girls can't be good at video games.
Yeah, well, that's that. There's a lot of misogyny in this.
Oh,
Well,
body,
it could be.
like-
It could be that, but I have seen her clips, and I think she's cheating as well. But I mean, there was a lot of. Then she kind of started playing off of this, and like then she just skyrocketed because of this. You know what I mean? She
Oh, well,
used
she
it.
got eyeballs, sure.
She used it, and then she would like use it as clickbait, and like she just went.
She leaned into it as opposed to
Yeah,
denying
but
it.
I still think she's cheating. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
You know,
And then
you
she
gotta-
went to like a
guys,
LAN when the Warzone 2 came out. She went to the LAN event. She was horrible and like
Right.
in person horrible, and
You
everyone was
gotta
like,
know how
"Oh,
to play
okay." Well,
the game of life and social media too, man.
yeah, well, she
You
did
can
it.
hack
Sure.
at that shit.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
stopped.
hack.
I actually
Yeah.
stopped clicking on the stuff. Okay,
But I
'Cause I didn't want to play
yeah.
into it.
But I wonder if she would be any less successful if she just played at her normal ability. I don't think that her ability is what makes her a popular streamer. Clearly, why? Because she just wrecks people. Because she's like preternaturally knows where people are going to be. Like that's not why.
No.
They
What's
watch
why
her.
is I don't want to get into this. Why she's popular?
No, I think we all know that there's a certain
It's because
Elements
men are
that she's
watching her,
trying- yes,
and
exactly.
I got some kind of talent in gaming. Then men will flock and watch the fucking channel.
sure.
That's
So let her
That's
cheat.
it.
Who gives a shit?
yeah. Whatever.
That's fine. So that's okay. So if it's to enhance entertainment, because some players, it's like an actress that can't sing, and
Yeah.
you're like, you know what? Let's just fucking get just voiceover. Let her lip sync it. You know, we'll get a
Right.
professional
Let
actress.
somebody else bring
It's
somebody
fine.
else in to
She
sing.
can act.
Oh,
part.
I
She
see
can
what you're
act
saying.
and she can do whatever. It's fine. It's totally okay. You don't have to be able to sing too to be cast for this role, right? Come on. I can
guess.
act the shit out of this. I just can't sing. Okay, no problem.
And they do that all the time.
100%.
I mean, I
right?
guess.
So that's
I
okay.
see what you
But then,
mean.
but now we can talk about like the people, like the psychological problems that people have,
Mm.
you know, and why people
I was
cheat
thinking that, man.
and
I
why
had
people
something written
spend
down
money
here.
on cheating,
Mhm.
right? Because these
Oh, we'll get
cheats
into
aren't
that.
free. Yeah, they don't.
We'll get into the business side.
Absolutely.
We'll get into it. Daniel, did you have anything? Like,
Well, I had
why?
something written down. We had a bullet point in our notes here that says dopamine. Dopamine, okay? The chemical released in our brain, which is like the reward thing, right? The happiness drug, the happiness chemical in our brain. So I think it was maybe Nasty Nate you had written here. Is there dopamine, though, if you're cheating, do you think? And I had written something down here that made me, and this is what prompted me bringing this up, the whole personality traits thing and what kind of personalities are cheaters in video games. So I would say, but maybe it's different than dopamine. You know, would it be more adrenaline? You know, that adrenaline fix of cheating and the taboo element of no one knowing that you're cheating and having kind of the fate of the entire game at your fingertips, right? Like the power and the control that comes with that. And what does that imply about the personalities that hack and cheat? You know, are those sociopathic tendencies, psychopathic tendencies? Does this manifest in their personal lives like affairs? And I was like, my mind was just being blown as I was writing my notes. I was like, oh my God, like, what is that? You know, what could that imply?
I honestly don't think that, like, personally, when I have tried aimbotting, whatever, back in Counter-Strike, and I was just like, this kind of sucks. It's fucking boring. Like, I
Just to
didn't
try
get
it. Yeah.
I didn't get any dopamine or any shit like that. I was like, this is boring. Like, but when you're
Okay.
playing a game and you're on a sick kill streak and you're playing with your abilities, it's much
Of your own skill.
yeah, it's much more of a reward.
So
Like,
I would say
right.
that is the normal experience
yeah,
for
but like,
most people.
who's
Is
getting
what you're saying, which
dopamine
is
from
why
fucking cheating?
not everyone cheats, right? So you have a subset of the community that cheats, not
It's got
most
be for,
people, right? So the people that are motivated or they move to cheat, they actually take that action. They need either the validation, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, any of those things, you know. That or sometimes they just want a grief. They just want people to suffer, you know. But I
Yeah,
think that
there's
that's
a
a
lot of
really
facets to it.
small number.
Yeah.
I think most people are just really insecure and sad.
Yeah, and they
That's
want
the
the
truth.
gains.
Yeah, because there's pathological cheaters that they just have to do it. And
Yeah.
so maybe that's what I was getting at. Where
Yeah.
it's those type of people that there might be just something going on there that
oh,
could
there's
manifest.
definitely something going on with these.
You know
people.
what I mean? Who just have to fucking cheat and they have to hack because it's just like,
Like
Oh my
stream
God,
sniping aimbotters.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just like
and
teenage
those are the
kids
ones that
who wanna-
get the adrenaline and the yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I
they
don't
want to be on Nick Merck's got 50,000 people watching him and they killed him and he made Nick Merckx, go insane because he got killed by a cheater. Like that is what they're looking to do.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, but that's
Because
like
nowadays
2 minutes of
well, they
it's
do
like-
it. They
it's
keep
like Nick
doing it,
Merckx
man.
is like,
no, they
oh,
would do it.
this
No,
fucking
it'll happen multiple
Jabroni
times a
69
day.
is hacking. He
Dude,
fucking
they
killed me.
stream for
Okay.
10 hours. They
Yeah.
stream for 10 hours straight. They do this all day to them. Do you know how many
Oh my
cheaters
God.
those people run into all day? Like the streamers? It's insane. And that's what it is. It's
So I get out of bed in the morning and I'm saying, I'm going to go grief Nick Merckx on my Saturday. 10 hours today. I'm going to fucking headshot
No,
that
they
son
don't
of a
do
bitch
it all
day.
day. They just go look to do it. And the thing is,
Wow.
when he's been putting a run together for like an hour or two, or whatever, and then he just gets griefed a couple times, it like wrecks the flow of his presentation. Right? It's like you know what it is, like a comedian, he gets heckled. That's what it is. Hey man, I'm doing my thing. Everyone's loving me. Fucking the guy's like, hey, shit, shoots you in that. You're like, oh, come on, man. Someone get security. Get him the hell out of here. It's the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing, right? He's just getting
Get him
heckled.
the hell out of here.
When
Okay.
the performers, but what about me? When I get hacked,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of time to game, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm so happy
Exactly.
Cyberpunk came out because I don't have to play fucking Tarkov anymore. Fuck Tarkov. Fuck that game and what it did to me over COVID. I'm serious. It fucks you up, man, that game. Because the cheating is just brutal. And the game is so unforgiving that when you cheat, and I'll talk about like experience about cheating in that, like where I didn't cheat, but I figured out how to cheat and I looked at it and I'm like, this is way too easy. That I haven't programmed in C++ in forever. And for me to be able to get up a working radar from like some source that I found on GitHub in like 5 minutes is like hilarious. Like come on. Anyway, we can discuss that.
okay, we can get into some of that later.
Sure.
we can get into some of that later.
What do we got here? We got why do people cheat? Griefing? Mental
Because they're
illness?
dicks. Because they're dicks.
Because
Because they're
dicks?
sad.
They're sad.
And because they want money.
Okay.
Right?
They want
The
money.
same
Oh, yes.
reason. The
Yes,
same
for the
reason
pros.
everyone does everything.
Now,
And to get chicks.
get chicks. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, to get money, same, right? Like power and fame and notoriety. whatever.
Right.
I like money.
Yeah, yeah. It's an analog for literally everything.
So I asked the AI.
Oh, chat
really?
GPT.
I said, why? I was like, AI, why do people cheat or hack in video games? And number one, it says, to gain an unfair advantage. Cheating and hacking in a video game allows people and players to gain unfair advantages over their opponents, obviously.
Thanks.
Number
ChatGPT.
I think this one's a big one. To satisfy their ego.
Yeah, they're sad.
Everything that human beings go through is to satisfy their fucking ego. From when they realize
ChatGPT
right or wrong.
Chat- to make
ChatGPT
them
said
Think.
humans do everything to satisfy
No,
their
that's me.
fucking ego. Oh, okay. Because I'd be a little afraid if this
the humans. This is the start
fucking
of
humans and their fucking egos.
Self-aware.
Oh, fuck.
It's finally happening.
Oh, shit.
They say some.
This
some
was the
play-
question. This one.
Yeah.
Says
That's
some
pro
players-
humanity.
Some players cheat and hack in video games to boost their ego and feel superior to others. This can be particularly true in competitive multiplayer games where winning is everything, and players may go to extreme lengths to secure a victory. That's number two.
Yeah. Well, think about this. Like I was saying, if a kid is cheating to get on someone's stream or whatever, they know that the streamer is way better at the game than them.
Yeah.
And maybe they think that's just like they want to, put them. They want their
Put them
ego.
in- check their
yeah,
ego.
check their ego, and
Yeah.
they want their ego to be a little bit bigger than theirs. So they do a
And
little
if all
cheating.
they have to do is spend a little money to do it, then
Yeah.
why not?
Spend a
They
little
can
money.
do the same thing. Go to McDonald's, have
It's like
just
maybe
as fun,
that's
just
why
as good a
that guy-
time. You know,
Maybe that's why that guy shot John Lennon, because it's like the same thing.
fuck.
Right.
That's
Like
that's, I
brought
don't
him
know
down a peg, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was
about- all
jealous.
the pegs.
Yeah.
All the pegs.
Oh,
Yeah.
jealousy
Yeah.
is another thing.
Jealousy.
Well, that's
Jealousy.
just the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
analogy that I thought of, right? Because it's
This
like,
is deep, boys.
I mean, obviously,
This is deep. Yeah, jealousy. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Number-
We're getting into the weeds.
Number
here.
5. Wait, did I say 3?
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
You know, the 4
ego.
comes after
Yeah.
3, right?
Jesus, you went to 5, and you were actually on
Let's
3.
say,
number 4.
Let's say D. Let's say D.
That's
Number
not even
4,
right.
for fun or entertainment, obviously. It's like what we were saying. Number 5 is to test the game's limits. Some players cheat and hack in video games to test the limits of the game's programming and see what they can accomplish.
So curiosity. is the
Curiosity.
question.
I can see
And I
that.
think
Yep.
that's the
Yeah, well, if you guys have ever listened to the Darknet Diaries, they have an episode.
I love that fucking show.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
so
great
Jack
show.
Resider's the fucking
Great.
man. Shout
Great.
out Jack Resider. Fucking right.
Anyway, they had a show they had a 2-part series about a guy named Manfred. You've probably heard this, but it was about him
listened to
hacking
it.
video games for like 20 years. He would just hack MMORPGs specifically.
Yeah.
And he would just like play the game for a bunch of hours, kind of get bored, and then start tinkering with the game client. And he ended up doing some hilarious things. I highly recommend it. I think I sent it to you guys, but just look up the episode for Manfred.
Show notes,
Darknet
probably.
Diaries.
Show notes. Why don't, I don't know if you guys do that or not.
Sure, I can put it in the link. I can put it in the link
Yeah.
in the description, but it is really good. Very interesting. He does some hilarious things that he just did because he was bored and
Yeah.
he was testing
Curiosities.
the security of the server. Everything was client side. So, you could access pretty much everything back then and manipulate everything that's sent to the server. So, very
Oh, you
easy
still
to-
can. Yeah.
Yeah,
You still
okay.
can. Yeah. Just how shitty is the game you're playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So that's important.
Depends
like
on the
quality
design, I
of the
guess.
game. No, the quality of the game in the development studio
Yeah.
Mhm.
makes a big difference.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about the business side of the cheating and the hacking. Now, I watched a video that I highly recommend if anyone is interested in this kind of thing. It was called the Anti-Cheat for Multiplayer Games by Steamworks Development on YouTube. And I actually included some slides here that I'm going to show on the screen. So these images are from the Steamworks video. It was like it's easy anti-cheat. Easy anti-cheat? It's on like all these games. It's in Apex. I think
Is that the blue
Not
icon,
Warzone.
the blue banner
yeah,
with
it's the blue with the
with the
panda, with
panda?
the bear.
bear?
The
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So as a business, it's an industry. They outline tiers here. You have free public cheats, public commercial cheats, paid private cheats, and private exclusive cheats. Now these are some of these people from the public commercial cheats. They're legitimate businesses. They're registered companies. They pay
Wow.
taxes.
Wow.
Like they have professional management, like they're software studios kind of thing, just making fucking hacks. And they're looking at the looking at the market here. And one person company, this was 6 years ago, by the way. This data is from 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
A one person company creating hacks can make $750K a year.
Easy.
Wow.
And then if you have a team of hackers, you're looking at 1.5 million a year. But they say the Globet Markle. They say the Globet. Oh my god. Globet.
Glob it. Glob it.
The. I think I need another drink. So they were estimating that the global market size is more than $100 million for the cheat market. For the cheat market, paying for cheats. That's craziness.
Yeah. It's big money.
That's
And
craziness.
that doesn't even count the knock-on effect with like multiple sales of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, like it's a huge business. It's a huge business. So you have a product. Are you generating demand by creating it? Are you fulfilling demand? I mean, so those private exclusive cheats are people that commission. So if you think of like a cheat,
like a streamer.
you think of a cheat writer as an artist, right? And be like,
Mhm.
okay, Da Vinci or Banksy. Hey, Banksy, how much for just for me? Nobody else
Okay. Yeah.
gets your graffiti or whatever, right? No one else gets that art. Like you're not going to put it on the wall. You're going to put it in my house. It's mine, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else gets it. You pay a certain amount, right? And then you have private cheats. It's like, okay, only these guys can come.
Mhm.
And then there's like the what was the fourth one there?
There was paid.
There's
private,
a public
private
commercial
exclusives.
cheats, and then the free public cheat. So the free public
Yeah.
cheat is the only cheat that I've ever tried.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I did is I play Escape from Tarkov, and if anybody wants to know what Escape from Tarkov is, it is a shooter that is extremely realistic, to the point where it's like hilarious that all of the models and everything are exactly like real things, except they have like stupid names like Slickers instead of Snickers, and like it just dumb changes to the
Yeah.
things that. But the models, if you look at, like, if you zoom in, they're exactly right. Like EOTech sights, and like the guns are exactly right, and the whole mini game. It's a really great game. It's like the concept of it is really beautiful.
Is it a new game?
Definitely not. No, it has been in
Okay.
beta for many years. And
Ah.
anybody that listens plays Tarkov knows that it's been a shit show, like, since the beginning, because it's a very small team in Russia, and they have very
Okay.
big ambitions, and they have very few people, right? And they try and do things in there, and as we know, the competitive shooter market is extremely difficult, and this game isn't cheap. Like, if you buy the full game, it's like 125 Canadian dollars
Wow.
for the Edge of Darkness. The whole game is about collecting items and selling them, and then whoever has the most money at the end is basically the winner, right? But you can buy gear and the gear makes a huge difference, man. If you have like pack of armor on, like level 3 armor, level 2 armor, whatever, you're gonna get one tap by like a piece of shit bullet, right? Which is legit, because if you were out there in the field, they have like ballistics penetration for the different types of armor. So you have level 4 armor, but this kind of bullet, and then it doesn't work. And like, if you get shot with a shotgun from 17 feet away, well, if one pellet goes in your eyeball, you're fucking done, man. Like, it doesn't matter if you have an Alton helmet on with whatever. Okay, so knowing that you could be in a raid, sitting in a corner, waiting for this 4-man to leave, because you're soloing as a scav, which is like this non main character that you have, where you can collect like gear and like run away and get it and then sell it all or whatever. It's cool, but if you are trying to like leave and there's all these guys around, if you get killed, everything's done. You lose everything. You just, whatever you had's gone. You don't even know where the guy was. There's no
high
kill
stakes.
cam.
This
Really
is.
is.
Talk about high stakes.
It is high stakes.
This ain't Overwatch 2. Okay.
But the reason it's high stakes is because of the time commitment.
Yes.
Right?
Like DayZ.
What's more valuable than your time? So I spend 35 minutes in a raid, okay, in Shoreline or whatever, and I'm running. Oh, I fucking cleared resort, killed everybody. Okay, and I'm running, and all of a sudden I see a guy floating. Floating, bro. Right? I've spent 40 minutes. So I've got all this gear, like 2 million rubles worth of stuff. Okay, the guy floats up to me, and I'm shooting at him, and he's like, right? And then I just die.
God.
And I'm like, fuck, man, that was 40 minutes. I could have been, I don't know, fucking my wife. Like, what else could I be doing instead of that? Like, what's worth more than my
Fucking
time?
your wife for 40 minutes? All right,
Well,
man, relax.
No, but I
Just
could have
relax
at least done like a 20-minute scav, and it's like, but
Yeah,
all I'm
it's like,
getting
that's why DayZ made me very mad,
Yes.
and I stopped playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
But that
Tarkov's
wasn't
way
hacks.
worse.
That was just the game being a piece of shit.
Yeah, that was
So my experience with that was like, okay, these hackers, how could they all be doing this? So I went online and I started Googling, and I found this guy. He had posted a GitHub like project. He's like, EFT radar, right? It's like, here's a radar. So this guy had like analyzed the packets of the game client, and he's like, none of this is encrypted. It's just plain text. So I can just it's like base
game
64
data.
encoded. Yeah, the network
The
data.
client. Oh, the network data.
The network data. So it was very simple to understand what data was, because it tells you everything. What is the position of this this item? Where is this person? What is their velocity? All that stuff. So what you can do is you can take that and you can port mirror, which means that any data that comes in one port goes out another port too, same time, right? So everything happens twice. So you can take all that data and stick it on another computer. Now the game client has no idea, right? Because it's getting all of the input and output through your port, and it's rendering on a different computer. So what I did is I set up another computer over here, and I'm like, I wonder how this works. So I didn't want to get banned because I spent $130. I'm not buying this game twice. Fuck that. I'm gonna buy it once. I'm not like some real hacker.
That's a deterrent. We'll talk about that after.
Yeah. So I set up a computer, and I booted it up. The whole fucking map came up. Like, no wireframe, actually, just people, their direction, and they would move around, and all of the loot.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Holy smokes.
so they release a security update, right? And the guy wasn't working on the project anymore. So I start digging around, and I'm like, oh, well, they didn't really do anything. They just changed the format of the packets. Like it was bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So it broke a radar for like 5 minutes. So what that means is that when companies say, "Oh, we've released a security update," like what did they actually address? Is all of your network traffic now encrypted? That's
Right.
a different thing,
Yeah.
right? Than saying,
Well,
"Well,
it's weird because you can easily see if network traffic is encrypted. So how would they could just say like, so yeah, we did it, and then not do it.
they didn't say they
They
encrypted.
didn't say that.
They said they improved security, which
Oh,
means that they
okay.
moved the data around in the datagram, and they're like, it's like a shell game, but you know where the fucking thing is. You're like, yeah, it's there, dummy. Like, give me the money. Like, like, oh, I'm not very good at this. Like, you actually have to. He's not a very good magician, right? They're just like,
Yeah.
do you see it now? Yes, it's right there. You need more practice, bro. Like, so I was able to look at that and be like, oh, they moved this over here, and I fixed it and it worked. So I'm like, oh, this is dumb. Like,
Now that
if
was a
I-
free hack on
Yeah,
GitHub.
It's GitHub. Yeah, just some guy that wrote it up, and this is like
Right.
like doing in like Open 3D.
Curiosity.
Yeah, go ahead.
Curiosity for Snake Factory.
Yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
But he didn't use
He didn't
He
use
used
it
it
to gain.
once.
I used it only to see if it functioned,
You didn't
and I
use
couldn't
it for
even
gains?
use it properly. No. So I went, and I'm like, okay, let's see how good I can be as a cheater. Right?
Did you feed your ego?
I'm
How's
not
your
great
ego
at the
now?
game. I'm not great at the game, but I saw guys coming. The problem is, if the radar is not overlaid, you're too slow.
Yeah.
Even if you know they're coming, because they might stop, and then all of a sudden you look over. Oh, what's happening? Right? You look over, and then they come around. They shoot you in the head. You're like, wait a second. I knew the guy was there.
Yes. Yeah.
And-
yeah.
and
Okay,
then-
so it's just it's not a overlay aimbot
No.
like wall hack.
No,
kind of
all
thing.
it was
it's
was
just a
the map with
UAV.
everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? But this
Interesting.
game doesn't have a radar. It doesn't have
Ah.
anything.
That's
Right.
funny because it's like, wait a minute, I'm the one who's cheating, and I died.
Yeah. So
what I
so
mean?
for me, I don't really know how to.
That's why I
cheat.
get so mad at video games because like even when I'm playing Apex, I know there's a guy there. I can hear him. I saw like something that indicated that he's there.
Yeah, because you're
I
a
know
good
he's
player.
there.
You know.
And
what
then
you're
I
doing.
fucking die, and I'm like, I knew he was fucking there. How
Well,
did I
yeah,
fucking
but
die?
so get better. I don't know what to tell you. You know.
Okay, so these are free
jeez.
cheats. Let's talk about high-end hacks. Talk about some prices here. What would a high-end version of Tarkov hacks be, for instance?
So man, I've seen some demos on Telegram, like of like overlays, and I've never really, but I've seen them. And they're like $300 a month, and they're like
Wow.
beautiful. Like the guys are fucking highlighted. Like you know, like in Warzone when you're out, like when you can see your own people around you, or in like Siege or whatever, like all
Yeah,
those shooters.
like spectating.
Yeah, well, but you can see like the different teams and their like, but you can see their outlines. But you can see that for everybody. You can see their distances and fucking all that stuff, their health, the whole nine, right? Because they're just collecting all the data, which means that they've busted the encryption, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of these clients have encryption keys within them,
Wow.
and the reality is that there's no way to stop it if the data is readable by the client, then the person that is running the computer will eventually be able to read it. It's just a matter of time, right? So when they find the vulnerability that finds them the encryption key and they can extract it from the client, then they can just look at everything, whatever they want, right? It's just a matter of like how many shells can you put on top of it, and then as they disassemble it, and then can you detect if they've done it? And then that's
So now, do you think that would be
$100 a month?
Yeah. Do you think that's
sure.
more of a private cheat community, or an exclusive? Are we talking about private exclusive?
Listen, there aren't like thousands of people buying these $300 sheets, right?
No,
So
probably not.
I mean, most
Probably not.
most of the studios are out of Vietnam and Russia, so they're not getting paid a ton of money, right? They're not making that, but they're charging lots, and it's all in crypto.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
Bitcoin.
it's so
Paid at
what is it?
Bitcoin.
What does that imply? It implies either traditional organized crime, or an evolution of traditional organized crime, or a brand new type of organized crime. Like you think cyberpunk, the type of organized crime that's there, right? The net runners and shit like that. Like
Yeah.
you know, like why not? Like, okay, it used to be fucking Luigi and fucking Mario down at the, hitting you with a baseball bat. Now it's people that just like,
Hey,
ruin your life. Yeah, I know you're all.
That
tired.
is so.
Why I sweated? I
That
could have
is
said
so
something else.
fucking rude.
I'm tired of people appropriating our culture. We've
Says the
been
Harry Potter fan that's Italian. Like, relax there. Like, J.K. Rowling, like, holy crap.
We're not gonna get into that, goddammit.
All right, so I was going to ask you a couple technical
Yeah,
questions.
please,
We already
please.
kind of went through how there's encryption problems. They get all the data. You told us your escape from Tarkov experience. Now, what about anti-cheat softwares? How are these working? Are these finding like known? I know there's a couple ways they work. After watching that video from Steamworks today, it was really informative. Actually, they outline a couple of ways. So it's like there's signature scanning for known hacks.
Yeah,
Like
it's just
known-
things that are in memory that people know. These bytes in memory mean this thing is there. That's a
Yeah.
fingerprint, right? Like
Right.
at the very base
but
level.
that's
Yeah.
only if those hacks are known. Like they know
Like a
about
virus
where-
that's it's in the wild.
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like they have to be known though. So if it's a brand new or an exclusive hack,
0 day. That's what that's called.
yeah, they're not going to know it's there. So and it's going to get through. I remember there was this one guy in Apex, like over the last 2 years, I've been watching a lot of the streamers, the YouTubers, but like in a lot of the streams, there's always this one guy that the guys couldn't ban. Like you could never ban him. They're like, oh yeah, it's that guy. I forget what the fuck his name was, but like it's him again. And like he would be there every day on someone else's stream. You know what I mean? Like hacking it in the predator lobbies.
Wow.
But and then like they were like, yeah, he's got some hacks that they can't see, so they can't ban him. So this guy, I'm guessing, is one of those guys who must have like paid for an exclusive job, and he got
Yeah.
some sweet hacks.
Yeah,
for
he got
Apex.
one guy to just
Yeah.
build it for him.
and
And
that's
he's like,
now
I'll pay you whatever you want. 10
now
grand,
that-
sure.
exactly. Now that I'm thinking about all this, I'm like, that's probably exactly what that guy did.
Fuck
And he
yeah.
was on everybody's stream every
And
other
nobody
day.
knows about this vulnerability. That's the
Yeah.
point.
Yes. Okay.
So, like,
yeah.
once a person finds, it's like finding like a key to a vault.
yeah,
or
You're not gonna
whatever.
share that shit.
What? No, well, some people do, right? So
I
there are
wouldn't.
bug hunters. No, this is really important. There are white
Mhm.
hats
White hats.
that do this, that will go and just look for stuff. And there are things called bug bounties, and they're worth a lot of money, man. People can
Oh.
make like $1 million doing
Really?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you go and you look for these vulnerabilities, and then you tell them. Now there's a responsibility that they have to post it, because the rule is in these bug
Yeah.
bounties like HackerOne and all these bug bounty websites and markets, essentially,
Mhm.
they say this bug we hold in escrow. Essentially, you are allowed to fix it, but it gets published in 30 days. So that
okay.
means that everybody knows.
Right.
That means you have to patch it, or
Yeah.
all of your shit's fucked. Right? Like it's impossible to avoid. So it's important to understand that there are people working on the side of good too, looking for vulnerabilities and then telling companies about them. Not that all companies listen.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
companies just don't.
yeah.
They're like,
That's
you
right.
there's
Going back to the way how anti-cheat softwares work, how else would an anti-cheat software work if it's
Well,
not like scanning a known signature?
it would look for things that are trying to read memory,
Mhm.
things that don't belong to the
Or
application.
access the game process, like the
yeah,
EXE?
exactly. And that's accessing the game process, like while it's running in memory.
Mhm.
So that's what I mean. So like
Okay.
when an application runs, it gets loaded into memory, and then it just sits in memory and moves around and
Yeah.
gets
okay.
processed and stuff. Nothing happens on the hard drive. So the file itself, if it gets modified, it doesn't matter because it's loaded in memory.
Right.
Now, what you look for is processes that are addressing memory in a different place that is not related to their address space. Why are you doing this? Why are you looking at some memory process, whatever? You want to look at this memory, So
Kind of
there's
like
ways to
white
like
blood
obfuscate
cells.
that, and you're just looking to see if people aren't doing what they should be, right? And if
Yeah.
you know that this executable with this SHA is good, like it's a Microsoft process that's looking at memory, then it's fine.
Right.
But if it's this fucking EFThack.exe, okay, why are you looking at EFT memory? Like, oh, I guess I know why, right? So anti-cheat software can handle anything that's happening on the computer. Now, what happens if it's happening off the computer, somewhere else? If you're capturing network and you're using that to inject false data and then pull it out, there's no process happening on yours. So
Right.
network security is extremely important because you can intercept the packet, modify it, and then send it with no process being detected by an anti-cheat on the client computer.
If the traffic is unencrypted.
Well, or if you have the encryption key.
Right, in the
Oh, true,
client
true.
thing.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
You can
okay,
pull the
okay.
key and then you can fuck with the network data. And now all of a
Interesting.
sudden I can start spinning and I
Yeah.
can start fucking, here I go this fast and I have this many bullets, whatever, right? All this
Wow.
shit, depending on how vulnerable the net code is, right? So like sometimes the data won't make sense. Like, no, you can't go that fast. The whole game doesn't understand that kind of velocity, right? So you can't move that quickly. So you look for the number that's okay.
Yeah, that's
and then
crazy,
you move
yeah.
that much faster, right? Sometimes they depend on like, well, I have this much strength, so I run this fast, but they don't check for an upper limit. Like, you can't run faster than this unless you have a strength higher than this. They just only calculate your speed based on run speed times strength and then send it. But what if I'm like plus 40? And then they're like, okay. So the server doesn't, like, why does the server accept that? That's fucking stupid.
Yes. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So that's what I
It's
mean.
called
Like, it has
data
to be on the.
integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
In the IT security world, we
Interesting.
call that data integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
If
So
your integrity is compromised at that point.
Well,
That's
I mean, it
that's
doesn't.
the
yeah,
IT
it's not-
security triad, folks. Confidentiality,
yeah.
integrity, and availability. CIA. That's what
Oh,
it is. That's
God.
what it's all about.
It's fucking ominous shit.
I would give myself as many bullets as possible.
Really? I'd make myself as fast as possible.
What would you guys do? What would you
Yeah.
do? That's an interesting question.
Speed hacking is cool.
Speed, eh?
Yeah,
Speed
25%
hacking, yeah.
increase.
Movement.
That's all.
I love movement.
Just
Yeah, I love
25%.
movement.
25%? Okay.
Yeah, never get caught. Come on.
You mean IRL? You talking about IRL
No.
hacks that we do to ourselves? Daniel would just want a bunch of bullets. He has no gun. He's just like
No gun.
it's just like a pile of
Like
What
the
am I gonna do
Matrix?
with all these?
All right, well, that's cool. We got into that a little bit. That is very interesting. Now, let's talk about, can it be stopped? Can we stop the hackers, the cheaters from cheating, and the hackers from hacking? Because those are different people, folks. Cheaters and hackers are different. Hackers create the cheats. So, I was thinking about this, and I mean, like, I don't think it can ever really be stopped. There's always going to be something. There's going to be something somewhere someone's going to find. Now, we might have one thing that can stop them. We'll talk about it a bit later. But I'm going to talk about deterrence. We can talk about deterrence like the price of the game, as I mentioned earlier.
Huh.
That's a deterrent in itself. Free games are much more vulnerable to cheaters.
Yeah.
If you're paying $130 for a game, you're likely not going to try to cheat and get your ass banned and have to buy a $130 game again.
Like Chris here.
Like, it's unlikely that you're going to do that. But a free game, fuck. Why do you think there were so many cheaters in Warzone and all these battle royales right now?
The only
That's-
amount that's really stopping you is the time it takes to create a new account, right?
Exactly.
And to make a
exactly.
new Gmail account so you can.
I mean, I think it was
Exactly.
recently Blizzard. Was it not Blizzard who asked for phone numbers for Overwatch 2?
Yes. Yeah.
So they would be more annoying for people to create new
Yeah, you can
accounts
buy
and-
an SMS phone number for like.
I know,
Yeah, but that's
what I'm
another
saying.
step,
Like
right? That's
one
just
But it's
another.
still,
Yeah,
a
sure.
little step.
Yeah.
You
But
buy a SIM
there's
card
the
for
economy,
$10.
right? So the economy of cheating expands there. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm paying $1 for an
sell some
SMS.
Sims. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
you know.
they reversed it because people were complaining, I don't have a phone number. I'm 12 years old. I want to play Overwatch. Like, fuck off, kid.
Jesus, relax, buddy. Holy shit. What the
Jonathan
fuck?
hates Overwatch for some.
No,
fucking
I hate
reason.
cheaters. I hate
But
cheaters.
if you don't play, why do you care?
I'm just using it as an
Oh, I
example.
see. Okay.
I've been saying for them to add the phone number for the last
Yeah.
2 years. I've been
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Warzone since 2019,
Sure,
man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
you
I
put
get
your
it,
phone
yeah.
number in there, you know, maybe people won't hack because they have to fucking go get a SIM card for.
Yeah. So
10,
that's maybe like
$15.
5 out of 10 people will be like, ugh.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
ugh.
that's a deterrent.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a
But maybe-
security control.
But maybe, do you feel like they were? Do you think that it eliminates enough of the cheaters in order to justify the loss of the normal players? Because I mean,
Ooh,
if you're
yeah,
going to
there you
implement
go.
some kind
Yeah.
of policy, you're going to
Risk
lose some
versus
people.
reward.
Yeah. So, like, how many of the cheaters do you get rid of?
Mhm.
Is it a high percentage? Because then you know what? Whatever. The people
Mm-hmm.
that do stay will have a better experience.
Mhm.
So I mean, those business
Okay.
decisions have to be made.
Charge $20 for the game
Wow.
instead of making it a free battle royale.
Yeah, but
$20. I would pay
But
it.
you heard that people pay $300. So, like resetting a $20 account is no big deal. I don't
True.
think 20 is high. I personally don't think 20 is high enough to almost make it better than free. I think it has to be like a premium game, like a AAA title, $79.99.
Okay, how about this? I got a new one. I
and
got
then
another
you have
one. I
less
got another one.
cheaters.
Forced tutorials and tiered gameplay. What do you think about this?
Ooh.
Yeah, I like
hate
forced tutorials.
Like
Because-
long ones.
No, well,
It's like 3
Okay.
hours in. You're like, God
Okay,
damn
like
it.
like
let's talk
25
about-
minutes. 25
Okay,
minutes.
let's talk about Fortnite. Fortnite, you have to play against
I hate
bots for the
Fortnite.
first 10 levels.
Blasphemy.
Who's gonna fucking waste their time cheating against a bunch of bots
Exactly.
for 10 levels?
I love it.
Like no one. That's why I don't think Fortnite has a huge cheating problem. But Warzone, you're right in with everybody as soon as you start the fucking account, and you can start cheating again. Boom.
Isn't there like massive Smurf problems though when you have tiered shit?
Yes.
Doesn't
In
it
Apex-
just kick people's nuts in and they just don't want to play? Like I'm
That's
never
what
gonna
happened to
pick
me.
up Apex. Fuck that.
No,
I have
wouldn't
so many
recommend
mother.
it.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Like yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but they started they introduced a tutorial for new accounts.
What the hell
In
is
Apex.
Smurf? For those
Oh,
who
sorry.
don't know what the fuck we're talking about here, people listening, people watching, what is Smurfing?
A Smurf would be if I
little blue
have
person.
2,500 hours in Apex Legends, would create a new account and play against people
Like
who have
you,
never
Daniel.
played before.
Yeah, so your MMR is 0.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey,
I'm
Hey,
level
bud.
1. Hi,
well,
I'm gonna
I've
get
never
30
played
kills this
pool
game.
before. You want to play
Right.
for money?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Your whole house, I'll take everything from you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Smurf.
Right.
So there's a big Smurf problem in Apex, but they
Okay.
just recently introduced. I mentioned this last.
So that's
episode.
a different type of cheating, isn't it?
And yes, it is absolutely. But they introduced
Skill
intro
hack.
lobbies like beginner lobbies where there's bots and there's real players who are beginners. So like, who's gonna go Smurf in
For 10
these
levels.
shit lobbies?
Ugh.
Bro, jerks.
That would be so dumb.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dickheads.
Dickheads. Complete
Grief head.
assholes. There's assholes.
Reefer dickheads.
For 4 teams that are real people and the rest 16 teams are bots. Like, why would you do
Yeah,
that?
it's you know what? I think that's a really good bet size. Like in the poker game that is like the cheaters are looking at it and they're like, how juicy is this? It's like it's only 4 teams.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
worth
exactly.
it, right?
Yeah,
But the
Fuck,
problem is,
I'll go
the
fuck
problem
with
is
the better
you can get
players.
out of
Yeah.
those lobbies. You can get out of those lobbies in one game if you win. That's the problem. So they're
One
not
game?
there
No,
yet.
no, no. It
Yeah.
has to be more.
They're not yet.
And
Exactly. That's what I said.
real beginners are fine with that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what they're
So
doing.
why
Like,
don't they
I'm
just
like,
make
why
it
do they
like
do
10
that?
levels?
That's
Like
what
that.
Fortnite does.
I would need
Level
that. Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
you're then into proper.
But no, I think that
Imagine-
they should have at least 2 other real players in that lobby. So you're like 3 and the rest is
Oh, in
nobody.
Fortnite there is. Like, there's probably around 10.
Yeah.
10
So it's
or
not just
so
bot
real
lobbies.
people. No,
It's
not
like more.
just
Okay.
bots.
No, there's like
yeah.
a handful of humans
Okay,
that you'll
that's perfect.
that you'll face at the end of the match, right?
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much, yeah.
hopefully, unless
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
murdered by bots, like
Yeah.
whatever, fine.
Yeah. But I went into one of these lobbies with my buddy Greg and Al, who just started playing Apex, or Steve just started playing Apex. And I'm like, okay, we'll go in and we'll try this new orientation match. It's called Orientation. Only new players can queue for it. Okay, so only new accounts have the
you
option
couldn't.
to queue. I couldn't queue for it. Steve had to do it. So I'm like, okay, we'll see what it's all about. So I'm kind of, oh, sorry, I was spectating them. I wasn't with them. I wasn't even with them. I was spectating Al, and I was kind of telling them what to do and letting
Hacker,
them know how to play.
cheater,
No, I was.
cheater.
Yeah, skill hacker. You're just improving their skill. That's not allowed.
But
They
like
have to
they were
just-
out. They were out of the orientation games in 2 or 3 games, man. That's all it took. Like, what?
Listen.
That's not long enough, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
no, that's
I,
not
I agree. I agree but people that like work hard at a game, you know, they'll get out quick, and then they're gonna experience. They'll be like, okay, well, you were general pop. It's like Gen Pop and jail and like juvie. You should throw them in juvie, and then eventually you get into fucking general population. You just get boot fucked by everybody, cheaters and not cheaters, like really good players.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that we should really acknowledge is that there are really good players out there that don't
Yes.
need to cheat. and they're amazing. And those guys should really be like in Escape from Tarkov.
Most of them controller players who are cheating anyway by using aim assist, but whatever. We'll
Listen,
not get into that.
It's not cheating because the game provides it. It's within the client. Oh my god. What a puppy.
He unplugged my headset.
It's just like,
Should I bring Farley?
he unplugged
Should
your
I bring
headset.
Farley? Should I get him?
Sure.
Yeah?
Why not?
All right, I'll get him.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go get Farley. I'll be right back.
You- no.
Dog time.
Jeez, man.
I was playing PSVR 2 before I came on here, and he was hungry, and he pawed at me in my face and almost knocked my headset off.
This guy's scared.
There he is.
Hey, oh my
Shaking.
god.
He's like, get out of here. Get me out of here.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We were talking
Smurfs.
about orientation lobbies.
Orientation
I mean,
lobbies.
But yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
tiered
So that's
gameplay
one way
is,
of preventing, like you
yeah.
say, is
yeah,
deterrent.
tiered gameplay. Yeah,
and the other way is
I've
to
actually experienced it. Like
Yeah.
in pubs in Apex, there's not a lot of cheaters. Like I rarely ever see cheaters in pub games. But if you move over to rank, and once I get up to diamond, when we get up to the later ranks, that's when you start seeing the cheaters. It's because I think again it goes back to my point. They want to be in the pred lobbies
Yeah.
on the streamers' channels,
Okay.
and that's how it is. That's how it is. But in pubs, like I never see cheaters in Apex pubs. Warzone, on the other hand, always there. It's why I stopped playing.
yeah.
There's no forced tutorials. There's no tiered gameplay. No ranked. They just fucking cheat. I saw a guy flying around in a jeep in the air. I'm like, what?
I love it. I love those cheaters. I love because they just expose whatever the cheat was. It's dead.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
obvious,
It's dead.
right?
That's
It's just
true.
so
It's like
obvious.
okay,
That's
we're
true.
gonna patch it. Okay, it's done. But
That's
like,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dumb.
like, so that's hilarious. It's like, hey guys, I fucking found a
It's like,
flying car.
oh.
Okay,
Yeah, that
can
is
you
really
fix this
funny.
code, please? Like
Roads?
yeah, right.
Where we're
don't-
going,
yeah.
we don't need roads.
Look at Doc Brown over here.
Yeah. So yeah, those are some good points I think we brought out.
Yeah.
But we can talk about this one next. How about this? Cloud gaming. We're going to talk about cloud gaming. We did an episode. Did we did an episode of cloud gaming?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
you
an
did.
episode
You
of Cloud
did.
Yeah,
You did.
yeah,
You
we
did.
did.
Oh yeah, it was the one with
That's
Matt
true,
when
yeah.
Matt came
I was
on.
gonna say.
Matt came on.
Yes.
When we had
Yeah,
Deej on.
We had Deej.
Right.
So in a perfect world, of course, cloud gaming, it could prevent almost all of this, correct?
So
If we have nothing client side,
yes,
if everything
the only thing
is-
you can hack is what? Input.
input.
Input. All you're giving it is whatever
That's
the
right.
controller says.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else is video. So literally, can you hack your whatever the person has in their hands?
Oh, that's
Right?
true. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. So if the connection point is the network,
So you could still use a fucking strike pack,
whatever,
recoil
man,
pack.
you could always do that. So that's fine. So you
Yeah,
want to change
okay.
your controller,
That's
go ahead.
another issue.
Whatever.
Yep.
But if it's
Man.
all video content, it's like remote desktop into a fucking Xbox essentially,
Yeah.
and then play on the Xbox. If you can get the controllers fast enough, it's a solved problem. Unless you hack the data center,
Right.
right? Because
Unless you
all
have
you're
a
getting is
backdoor
video.
into the no, you would have to have a backdoor onto the one virtual machine you're
Yes.
plugged
yeah,
into.
that's
not-
right. That's
like-
right. You
Which,
need to
like,
compromise the whole network. It would solve the problem completely.
Forget
Yeah.
about it.
But-
Because all you're getting is video. Like all of our
Right.
consoles are now dumb terminals.
Exactly.
Right? Thin clients. Exactly.
Thin client
You got it.
gaming.
Yeah, this
Well-
guy ITs. I know this guy.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
it is.
where Microsoft is headed with all this Game Pass, online,
Yes.
cloud gaming, all this
Netflix,
shit?
bro. Netflix.
And then they
What are
were
you
going to
talking
come
about?
out with a box, like a stream box
Sure.
Stream
for
box.
that.
Yep.
But it's not there yet because
No,
you
but
can't.
okay, listen.
The
listen.
fucking
you know what,
controls and the
you know what the
latency
Steam
in the
box is?
controls.
You've seen the Steam box? Steam box.
Link.
Yeah. Steam
I bought one
box.
for
whatever.
$5.
Yeah, $5 I bought the Steam Link for.
No, I'm talking about the box that sits at your computer, at your TV, that
Yeah.
acts as a client to your computer. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Works great.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No problem. My computer happens to be the computer that's doing the cloud gaming right
Yes.
now.
Yep.
Right.
Find me an internet connection as fast as DisplayPort,
Exactly.
fucking whatever, HDMI.
Yeah.
And once my 40 gig, sorry, Fiona's mad. But once my 40 gig connection is as fast as the HDMI cable between my computer and the client on the other end, who gives a shit where the processing is happening?
No,
I don't care.
absolutely. But but that's what it will take. I mean, it's going to take.
So how fast was the internet at the beginning of this fucking thing in 1994 when I was connecting with a 2400 baud modem?
2400 baud.
And I have a 1.5 gigabit connection at my house that is currently streaming probably like.
So what do we need?
12
40
live
gigabyte?
sessions
That took
What do we need?
30
40
years,
gigabyte
man.
connection? Because
Yeah.
that's what HDMI is, right?
Yeah. We're not
HDMI is
that
48
bro.
gigabit.
Bro, I'm at 1.5. I only said 40. We were at 2400
Killing
and
it.
we're at 1.5 billion now.
Yeah.
I only want 40 billion. Not,
I only want 40
not
billion.
60 quadrillion, which is the same jump. Like, I don't want that much. So it won't take 30 years, okay? It's only going to take like
No,
10.
it won't take 30 more years.
No problem. 10 gig internet in your house in 10 years. Guaranteed, all over the place. 10
But
years.
but
10
it
gig
doesn't
internet.
matter because like 1.5 gig internet, how fast does it need to be to just press a button here and it react over there?
It's okay.
think
The
about
speed
your-
of light
That's
is the
not that's
problem.
not the speed.
of light is
That's not the
problem.
bandwidth of
The speed
1.5
of light is a
gigabit.
problem.
No,
The
it's
speed of light is a
fidelity.
problem.
The reason fidelity is an issue is that it's bitrate. I mean, you guys know this. You guys
Yeah.
talk about bitrate. You talk about these topics. Okay, well, what do you think the bitrate is? It's traveling over some medium, and it can be a network cable. It can be over TCP. You just have to make it fast enough.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
if
mean,
you think about right now,
yeah.
think about this right now. I'm connected to an online game. I get anywhere between a 35 millisecond
Yeah.
to 65, okay, on good servers. That's just the latency between my computer
Yes.
and the server. Then you have input latency, which is my latency from my keyboard to the game client, then to the server. There's a few latencies to think about here. What do you think would be a reasonable click to server latency
Well, first I think you need to look
for it
at
to be viable for competitive gaming?
First you need to look at what the
Well-
actual latency is from your control, like the PS5 controller to the PS5
It's
in your living
negligible.
room.
It's negligible.
No,
That's
it's not.
negligible.
It's like 15, 20, sometimes 25 millisecond over the Bluetooth.
So, he's talking
actually,
wireless.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
wireless, yeah.
what I would say to that is that you will always have an issue with the connection. And if all you're talking about is keystrokes, which is what controller connection
Yes.
is, it's
Yep.
just keystrokes.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing faster than just transmitting that data. And then the game client receives it in whatever time period that takes.
That is
I
true.
mean-
It's
I mean, if you-
minuscule data.
If if you're in the game client and the game client is processing your input, that's true, but you still have to get the data about what the other guy did.
Mhm.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, if the game client is closer, like if you think about it as the game clients being like this now, because they're literally in the same data center,
Mhm.
right? And all you have is a really long wire to everyone's house with their fucking controller like this, then that would be as fast as light. So then you add in a bunch of like overheads, which is like these protocols, right? Whatever services and connections are
And
required.
encryption.
Yeah, encryption, whatever it takes, and then whatever that latency is. But I mean, it exists in the game client anyway because I don't know what the guy did. You have to process all that and send it to me. Well, you can process the fucking controller thing and send it to the computer there, and it'll process it pretty fast too. And then in between the game, it's like almost perfect,
Yeah, okay.
right? Because it's 0 milliseconds between the game
Yes,
clients.
But it's not that's not the problem with cloud gaming. The cloud gaming is the problem of me getting fucking 4K 60 frames a second
Yeah, yeah.
video
10 years
from the data
10
center to
10
my
years. I told you.
screen.
10 years.
Yeah.
10
Okay,
years.
we heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
10 years
Yep.
before cloud gaming can be used in a competitive
10 years.
scenario.
I'm confident.
There you go.
That's definitely where they're
confident in that
headed.
number,
That's all this push is for sure.
Because you can't,
With
first of all,
minimal hacking.
Yeah.
minimal hacking. We
Cheating.
go back. We say,
Zero.
okay, how do they hack? They scan the memory. Nothing. We're not
Insiders
processing
only.
anything in
Insiders only.
the memory. Oh, a guy playing at the data center.
No, no, no.
With hacks running.
No,
Or
guys,
you.
the guys that are inside the data center that install hacks,
Mhm.
and then they get caught
Oh.
and fired. I mean, that's like, yeah, criminals. Like that's just
Wow.
I mean, that's what. Yeah,
Okay, you work at AWS Amazon
Yeah.
Inside
data center?
job.
I'll pay
100%.
$10,000 to install this on my virtual machine.
No,
It'll have to be more than
no, not even that. Take this USB stick and stick it in this unit that they've already identified.
in this rack.
No. They tell me, $10,000 in your fucking bag. Put it in. It'll find the VM. It knows
Yeah.
everything. The
Yeah, yeah.
malware does it. Right. That's what they built it to do. It's like, and people don't get it how precise they can be if they really want to.
Mhm.
Right. Once you know, you know. You write a script to do it. I mean, people talk about script kiddies. That's what it is. It's just a script that does the same thing that someone smart figured out. But like there's this hacking tool called the low orbit ion cannon, and it's just a thing. You point it at an IP address, and if you had access to a botnet, you destroy that IP.
Yeah.
Like,
So the DDoS.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But you don't need any skill to use it.
No.
So there's-
no.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
absolutely not.
But there are some hacks, and as you're saying, is those private exclusive hacks, is that you have people that exactly hit the exact right spot for exactly what they want.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So there's a really wide range, and it'll
Cloud
never
gaming,
stop. Yeah,
boys.
cloud
It's
gaming's it.
It's a ways away. We found a solution.
Yeah.
To cloud. We found a solution to
Imagine
cloud
that,
gaming.
eh? No cheating.
We found
a
a
world
solution
where there's no
to
cheating.
cheating.
Well, except by Microsoft,
Yes.
right?
Unless
if-
you
So
work
what if-
at the data center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What if I grow up? I have to get a job at Microsoft. I have to get in there. I have to be the one to put the hacks in the system. That's my life
Wow.
goal. How fucking
Wow,
do you
that's
have
the
to be?
next
You're
movie.
like
That's
a
the next.
Slytherin, like
That's a
villain.
movie. That's the next
What's wrong with you?
Netflix
Why would you
special
do that?
about that kid.
Inside Man 2, starring
Robot-
Clive Owen.
No, it's Robot Man 45 or Robot Man, whatever the fuck.
iRobot. Excuse me.
Robot Man.
iRobot.
Starring Will Smith.
It's Will Smith, not
Oh,
Rami Malek. It's fucking
after
Will
his
Smith.
image rehab.
Yeah, after he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock.
Oh, what a tragedy that was.
Oh
God.
my
Yeah,
God.
please.
Can't even be
Nathaniel.
funny anymore.
Nathaniel, did you ask GPT how game devs could possibly stop hackers?
I
Did
asked.
we ask the AI this?
I asked the AI. It had to think really hard. This one. Okay. It really did.
Really?
Yeah,
It waited a while,
Like
then.
30 minutes.
No.
What?
Like the thing was blinking. Like the key was
And
blinking.
it
I was
finally
like,
came
I
out. I
solved
usually
the
refresh
AI.
after that.
I was like, I killed the AI. And he was like, and then the text was like mom typing on a fucking keyboard. It was like tick, 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 across my
Oh
screen.
my
It was so
gosh.
slow. Anyway, he came up with everything that we could have easily came up with on the shitter. So he's like, number one, use anti-cheat software. Thanks, AI. Number two, implement strict penalties. Thanks. Thanks, AI. Number three, regularly update the game.
You know
Okay.
what? All good points. To be
in
fair,
service support.
To be
in
fair,
service support is
let's just because sometimes people don't even do that.
Yeah,
They don't
that's true.
update the game.
They don't update the
They
game.
don't. I mean, so yeah,
Yeah.
maybe try that, guys. Yeah, we laugh at it, but
Yeah,
Number,
that's true.
Number
maybe you
four.
should do it.
Number four.
That's fucking
Encourage fair play.
Okay, yeah, everyone gets a participation medal. Yeah,
And then it's
right.
yeah. Then five. Monitor and report suspicious activities.
Well,
And it thought 30 minutes for these
And then
replies?
no, you get this.
no, here's the real answer.
Number six. Educate play. Blink, 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 and then it died. Yeah, and then it ended.
wow.
And then it-
What? You know what this means? You know what this means? The hackers have compromised Chat GPT. That's what it means. I think that's
They've muzzled ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The hackers.
they've
Like, no.
muzzled him.
Listen, chat. Shut up. Okay. You don't need to tell anyone anything. Okay.
Somebody works at OpenAI that is a
Yeah.
fucking hacker and a game cheater.
He woke up 20
No,
years
there's a-
ago and he's like, I am going to infiltrate the next AI chat.
The first day I
Bot.
checked. What do you mean the next? Like, what-
Wow.
What was
That's
the
it.
first
We
one?
found it. We found it.
There is a fucking glowing red-eyed robot heading to Nathaniel's house
Yeah.
because he fucking
Imagine I wake up in the middle of the night and
Hello,
there's a
Dave.
fucking
It's
Terminator at the end of my
It's
bed.
Hal to
Just like-
1000 or whatever.
It's like,
Hal.
oh.
From-
Just
From Space
just for
Odyssey?
making a fool out of Chat GPT or whatever the fuck it's called.
GG, bud. Sorry.
Also, guys, I asked the AI. It was a question that we kind of scratched from the show, but I'll put it at the end here. I asked the IA. I asked the AI.
Eternal alien.
I was like, what? What was the average age of a cheater?
Oh.
And according to surveys conducted by the Entertainment Software Association, the ESA, if you guys haven't heard of it, in 2019, the majority of video game players in the United States are adults, with the average age of being 35 years old. Average age of a video game player is 35 years old. Can you believe that? That's crazy.
Of course.
I believe
man.
we had
Doesn't
that
that-
statistic in
doesn't
our
that
very
seem
first
old?
episode. I put it
1,000% you did.
However, the same survey found that younger players, specifically those between the ages of 18 and 34, were more
That's a
likely
pretty
to
wide
cheat.
demographic.
Were more likely to cheat in video games than older players like me. A study published in the Journal of Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Networking in 2012
Cyberpsychosis.
found that younger players were more likely to engage in cheating and hacking in video games than older players. The
I told you
study
this.
surveyed over 2,000 gamers and found that the average age of the cheater was 17 years old.
There you go. It's Twitch streaming, watching little fucking puke.
That's
That's
it.
who it is.
Wow.
That's who it is.
The AI
I
has
was-
spoken.
I told you. I already told you. The AI just
Spoken.
confirmed my suspicions. Alrighty. We're gonna wrap there. And I hope we brought a lot of maybe what people, don't normally think about when they think about cheaters. I hope we brought that to the forefront, and made them think, making people think. And we want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. We want to thank Snake Factory for
Yeah.
coming on the
Fuck
show.
yeah.
Oh, man, that name. Fuck, did we hear it out loud? Is
For
weird.
being on the show and for enlightening us and our viewers on some of these more technical points about hacking and cheating.
Yeah.
And if you liked what you saw, if you liked what you hear, give us a rating and a review on Spotify, etc., YouTube, Apple Music, comment, like, subscribe. Please, guys, we need validation.
We need
And
our
we don't
egos
wanna
Otherwise,
cheat.
we're going to start
They're
hacking.
gonna start
We're gonna
cheating otherwise.
Yeah, we'll
They're gonna
start
start
cheating.
and then
We're gonna
grease
start
you
cheating.
in all your games. So you better fucking like and subscribe before Nasty Nate fucking moons your ass
Yeah,
Yeah.
in some game somehow.
on the internet.
Ugh.
Anyway, guys, let us know about your hacking experiences, your experiences being hacked, or if you have ever hacked. I mean, I don't like to hear that, but give us your thoughts and your experiences. Leave us a DM on Facebook, Instagram, tweet us if you want to leave a comment or ask any other questions. Thanks again, and we hope you have a wonderful night.
Peace.
See ya.
Later.